It was a building. It was a building.
You're fine. I protected you. You took zero damage.
That's true. Norbin took 0 damage when the house dropped on him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just put
yeah.
my body over you and you're fine.
I mean, the picture of it was just way too good that Oscar made. Just a sideways picture of a kobold.
I enjoyed the friendship ended with Pym.
Alara is my best friend
Laura.
Like flashback to like when was that meme really popular? Like 2004.
now. All right, so last time we kind of came in a rush as Mithra was under attack, and people were getting things figured out in order to teleport from uh, Amon to Mithra. There is a teleportation circle in the basement of the palace. And what's her face? Maeve was going to teleport you all to Mithra to figure out what is going on there and help out if needed. Things got in order. Pim decided to stay and
Not with lack of trying from the rest of us.
can continue on
Well,
his path
some of you tried more than others.
You're
in
welcome,
his
Michael.
quest. CeeLo gave an incredible speech, heartfelt, just
Yeah.
It's
just
this close. It's this
world
close.
class.
It was. It really was.
Almost got Pim to stay, but Pim seemed um, resolute and okay with it, of wanting to needing to continue on his quest for the sake of his son. So the five continued on to Mithra as you guys came into or out of um, the teleportation sequence. You guys arrived just in time to see the teleportation circle, the receiving side on Mithra, explode out of the building that it was in, and you guys were all divided. Not too far, though. As you guys encountered some amalgamation type zombie ooze creatures. Um, a small difference, in that these ones had metal, um, kind of stitched into the flesh as well. And it wasn't ooze that seeped out of them, but kind of like spider like metal creatures that tried to run away
Did we
after the.
try cold on them? I can't remember.
We did.
Yeah, it worked.
Yeah,
It
Did it
worked.
CeeLo
work?
did,
Okay.
and it had the similar effect as it has had before.
Okay.
Um, the group met together and started walking towards the city center um, in Mythcall, and were ambushed by a very large zombie house. Um, that
Yeah,
was
sounds right.
things were popping off of this thing, gremlin style. That you guys had to take down. Eventually, you guys defeated all of them, and even the unconscious docs that Norbin had on his shoulder the entire time uh, made it through the fight. Towards the end of the fight, you guys were greeted by a new person. This half elf, wearing plate mail and having this like shadowy hammer thing that he was just going to town, and also speaking telepathically to just random people as he was going through the fight. Oh man, Wesley, we leveled up last time. By the way, we are all level 6 now.
He's like, oh, okay, time to do that.
You guys are all level 6.
Teen.
And so before we get back into the scene, I'm gonna get hit points from everyone. If your AC or passive perception has changed, you can let me know that as well.
That is an excellent question.
Alaro, can I have all 3 AC, hit points, and passive?
Oh, that's me.
You are Alaro, yeah.
All right.
Cool.
AC is 20.
Well, that's good.
Passive perception is 13. Hit points 152.
152.
I'm sorry, 52.
What?
Like
I was like, dang.
I was gonna say, or like, what were you rolling? What's your con modifier?
32.
Who is this guy?
I put everything in con. I have 0 in everything, but I have everything in con.
Honestly, not a bad play.
True, yeah.
I can't lift my sword, but I can stand in front of people and take a lot of hits.
That's an interesting idea for a character, right? Just throw yourself in front of everybody.
52.
Very good. Norbin?
I believe all that changed was my health to 75.
That's good.
Good roll.
Kilo?
I don't remember what my passive was, but I have it as 14 now, if that's the same. And my HP is now 43. I rolled pretty good on my D6 hit dice.
One stout wizard. Lux?
40 HP. That's all that changed.
Okay. And Docs, are you ready?
Let's go.
Oh. Ouch.
The D10 rolls 3.
Plus my constitution. I don't know what that is right now. Yep, I have 36 HP now. Oh wait, no, I have 40.
All right. You're sticking right there with Lux.
Yeah, can you add one? So that was a bad rule. Can I just stick 1 HP above Lux?
No.
It reminds me of the HP war Scott and I had in the last one.
Hold on 1 second. In our D&D game here, Gabe is wanting to be a Drake Warden.
You comparing HP?
What'd you say, Wesley?
Are you comparing HP? Or is he just started?
No, he's still level 1.
And he somehow has a higher HP number than you. I don't know how that happened. So we're really good on that D10.
All right.
Now my Drake Warden, actually, you do roll for that.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Health?
It
What?
says, well, hit points 5 plus 5 times your range, your level. The Drake has the number of hit dice D10s equal to your range. Oh, wait.
That's the
Oh,
hit
Hit
never
dice.
mind.
That's
dice.
just yeah. That's
Never
just
mind, yeah.
for healing, like
Like
using your
short
hit
rest
dice.
healing, yeah.
Yeah.
But his HP does increase because your level increased,
Yeah. So he would
which is
actually.
good. We need a damage sponge
Hello?
other than Norbin.
Wait, so would my Drake companion have 35 HP
Uh, what does it say? 5.
plus 5 times your ranger level?
Be 30 plus 5, so 35, right?
Oh,
Sounds
yeah.
right.
Yep. Yeah.
What
Okay.
do you think it is? 10 this whole time?
No, I thought it previously it was like only 20 HP.
Is your guys' proficiency bonus 3 now?
Yeah. Thought it was before
Yeah.
too, or did it just go up? I can't remember.
I
I think
thought
it
it
just
went up at 5.
It might have been at
yeah,
5.
one of the 5.
So his Drake is armor class is 17. 35.
Chris, how are you planning on handling if he resummons it in the middle of combat? Will it respawn with full health?
I have to.
I would imagine so, yeah.
Okay.
Because it costs a spell slot.
Okay.
And it takes an action to do. So
It would really feels bad if you resummon it with the with the spell slot and an action for 1 HP.
Yeah, that's how I was handling it too. It doesn't say anything about that in the rules, so
I feel like that's a high enough cost.
yeah.
To bring it back at full
My
HP.
group uses it literally as a sponge. Throws him in front when he dies, just resummons him.
I don't see a problem with that. Wesley, you should make your guy cold too. That would be helpful.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So
throw him
all
up
right.
there. Throw him up there with Norbin and Alero and see what happens.
Does he actually do cold damage, or is it still just piercing and stuff, or slashing? I guess. Like he doesn't do his element damage. He just has resistances to that element, right?
The infused strikes is
Oh yeah. Yeah, I should totally do cold. Forgot about that.
that's the only thing. Like it's bite. It doesn't have elemental damage on that. That's just piercing damage, but it's infused strikes. Does
Yeah, that would be a good one.
Do the infused strikes cost something, or is it just like
Reaction.
just a
When
reaction.
I get 7th level, I can do magic attack, magic vein, and stuff like
Oh,
that.
cool.
And that's not just friendly people. You can add that onto enemy attacks too, onto your party.
That's a good note.
Okay.
Because it doesn't specify. All right, we arrive in here in Mythcall in the country of Mithra. Things are destroyed and devastated. But it's very quiet. It's very serene. I mean, it's not like the city is like just crying out or it's just very quiet. You guys were on your way towards the city center, and now you have this telepathic guy.
So I mean, we basically just finished combat, right?
Yes, we finished combat. I believe it was Alatar that said, "Who are you?"
So I will follow that up with what happened here? Looking at Alaro.
Talking to me, Lion Man? I point. You talking to me, Lion Man?
Yeah, I'm talking to you. Looking right
You
at
hear
you.
that? You hear that only in your head, Norman.
Right.
Just
But I say that out loud. I respond out loud.
okay.
I came here because of the signs that said that there was something bad this way, and you guys were already fighting, so I just came to help out.
There were signs?
Yeah.
Like, what kind of signs? On the
Well,
road?
No, not like signs, Lion Man. No, no, like signs, like the moon was 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 in the sky, but a bird flew like in front of it while just before I went to bed, and it pointed me the way to where the bad things were.
I really wish
So
Scott was here. I
Norbin's the only one that hears this, correct?
Right.
Yes.
yes,
So at this point, if Scott were here, I would turn to Alatar and say, "This guy's talking about moons. You need to talk to him." But he's not here. So, um, uh, okay, but like, what happened in the city?
well, I have no clue. I came from that way.
I look over that way. Does it look destroyed like it is here?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, over there too. What happened?
Alaro, you would have seen just like fire falling from the sky. Nothing preceded it. It fall from the sky, boom, and evil creatures popped out.
I point at Norbin. Signs. Fireballs from the sky.
Okay, that
Signs
I
of things.
understand. Yeah, fireballs from the sky. I look around at everyone. And I say fireballs from the sky, and I point at him.
Yeah, yeah.
Nod my head. Yeah.
Enough
Okay.
of this. Enough of this. Chris, I sent you a message.
Hey.
Did I find anything?
So I guess yeah, Alatar's got a good point. Who are you?
I'll tell you my name, Lion Man, if you tell me yours. My name is Elro.
I can't even say my own name. That's why I do
Elro.
telepathy.
Elro. And your name, Lion Man?
Eloro. I am Norbin. Norbin Irontail.
Okay.
Oh, that's a fine name, Norbin. I like it a lot.
Thank you. This here is Alatar.
Alatar?
And
I point to Alatar and I say, Alatar?
You see Alatar just kind of falls back a little bit and goes to one knee as he seems to just be exhausted.
You
The
look like
plot. The,
you could use some help, buddy.
the plot is getting to him.
Plot is
and then CeeLo, the small one.
Introductions are fine. Let us find a safer place than in the wide
Hello.
openness.
Good to meet
There's
you.
nothing here. We killed it all.
Is there any like alcoves or anything else in the area, Chris?
Tell him, Lion Man. We'll get him anyways. You and I, we'll take him on.
There
CeeLo.
are plenty of ruined buildings, uh, large piles of scrap. Although I don't know how how open you would be to cuddling up next to a pile of destruction after facing that last monster.
I'd just look for like maybe like just an alleyway or something, and I'm gonna start ritual casting. Oh, the hut spell. Whatever the Leoman's tiny hut. Yes. I'm gonna ritual cast that one.
Like, look at those buildings though, man. Like, they don't look super safe.
I'm ignoring Norman, and I'm doing that.
I point at Norman. I think the little old man's deaf. He didn't hear you.
I mean, you kind of just get used to it.
Oh, okay. Who's the rest of the group? Tell me the other people.
Lux?
Lux? Ah, I point to Lux. Greetings, Lux.
I have a very confused look on my face, and I say nothing.
The strong silent type. I like you. I like you. And then this one over here, the kobold.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him. That's Dox.
Dox and Lux. That's going to be confusing.
What does this guy look like again?
A half elf.
I have
He.
okay.
I described him as being. He doesn't look like you would think of most elves. He's not clean. He's got. It looks like he's had 500 years of earth ground into him. So he's got a very earthy, dark color to him. His clothes are not fancy or anything. They just look like your everyday kind of workman's clothes. You do notice the hammer. The hammer is rather uh, intricate, but not fancy, not like gold or gilded. Just you could tell that this is a finer weapon than you would expect to see from someone like him. He points at Doc. He says, "Docs, signs tell me that there's some great things in your future."
Isn't he unconscious?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
I thought he
actually just
woke up.
remembered that. After they respawn, I'm gonna then put Dox down. After I realize that he's awake.
You have
Remind
to.
me, guys, because Norman, you pinned one of these spider things to the ground, right?
I
Was it
did,
then
yeah.
killed?
Yeah, it was killed.
No,
Or
I
did
don't
I
think.
say take a live sample?
Yeah, you
I
said
can't
take a
remember.
live sample. That's why
So,
I used the
so
butt of
do
my
you still have
spear.
it pinned type thing to the ground?
I believe so. Yeah. I don't think we've
Oh,
actually
well then
done
I
anything with it.
wouldn't have started ritual casting that.
Yeah,
I
I
would have gone
totally
for
forgot
look
about
at
that.
that. I did too.
So yes, I have it pinned, and I am talking to Alaro while I have it pinned, and a now conscious Dox on my shoulder.
And I'm investigating the whatever it is. The new sample.
Very good. Roll investigation.
Yay. Where did all my dice go? Over here. What's my Yeah, okay.
I will slough Dox off of my shoulder.
21, Chris.
Ooh. Okay. You, sir, know. One very easy. I mean, anyone that would know this. The steel that it's made out of is titanium, which is a mixture. It's an alloy of ebon, steel, and mithril. And most of you might know this, but CeeLo, definitely you know that this is what all of the Mithra machines and automatons and stuff like that. That's what they're made out of is titanium. And with the 21, this looks like it was just the pieces that have been shattered and then reformed together were taken from a one of those arcane halos.
Okay. Anything else?
That's it.
All right, if I deem I can't learn anything else from it, I kill it.
Okay, just a ray of frost.
Yeah.
Okay,
And then I go to an alley and ritual cast the hut spell.
very good. That little spider creature thing kind of like shrivels, and then the pieces of metal just fall to the ground, and nothing comes out of the metal itself. It's almost as if like it was it more resembles like an animate object type thing than anything.
We have someone with detect magic, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I can only do so much right now, okay?
CeeLo, you finish casting Tiny Hut.
And I say, come.
I go. I motion Alaro to follow.
Very good. Alatar kind of
Oh yeah,
slowly
Altar.
walks over and slumps to the ground within the hut.
I'm gonna check on him, though I know it won't do any good. I'm still. Norbin would check on Alatar.
He seems catatonic this time.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's almost like Norbin has to go from carrying one guy to another guy.
It's my job, apparently.
Can I walk over to Doc's?
Yeah.
He's still unconscious.
No,
No, I'm awake.
he's good.
What's his health like? Does he look healthy?
Yeah, he's good.
Oh, okay.
I think the only damage, Docs, the only damage that you're wearing is the 6 damage from falling, or whatever it was, like 4 damage, or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't have my current health because that was on the token. I did on the token, not on the sheet. So.
Yeah, you're good.
I'm like a quarter health.
You're in a quarter of your health?
Yeah.
We're damaged. We just don't know how much we're damaged. Because
You're
that was,
fine.
if I remember right, that was a pretty tough fight.
Yeah, and that's partially what I want to discuss when everybody gets together.
I didn't have that much trouble.
You were also one level ahead of us.
Actually, I didn't join the
is-
battle until it was over.
Well, that too.
Actually, yeah, Alatar and Silo are looking the worst out of everyone.
Yeah, I think Altar was down in like his single digits for a while.
Yeah.
What's he at right now?
9 health.
He's got one more than me.
All right, so I
37.
walk over to CeeLo, and I give him 15 hit points.
15? I was gonna use hit dice, but okay. I mean, I'm still gonna take it because I'll need all the help I can get. Well, thank you, sir.
I point to him. You're very welcome, Grandpa. So then I walk over to Alatar, and I go to lay hands on him. Do I sense that he's in a catatonic state?
Yes.
Okay. I stop. I don't give him any hit points.
Metagaming it.
Yeah. I will metagame that.
We need
Yeah.
as much heals now as we can.
Oscar, update the meme.
I can do that.
And I look over to Norbin and I point to him and I go, "This is a sign."
I look around. I don't see any signs here.
Him. I point to
No, he's an
Alatar.
elf.
You're funny. You're funny, lion man. You're very funny. And he starts chuckling as I walk away. And no, I stand up, and yeah, I just stand up right now. We're not moving anywhere, are we?
No, we're in the hut.
Okay. Oh, we're all in the hut.
Well, if you came over to me, you're in the hut.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, there you go.
All right. This barrier should suffice to make us safer than we were being out in the open. This is far worse than I had feared. The state of Mithra is
Yes.
perfect. Perfect.
I can see myself in the background.
Yeah.
Well, Norman's got to
It's even
carry
better.
the party. The state of Mithra is much worse than I had feared, and it struck me during our last engagement. The oozes seem to be learning our tactics as the battles progress. Notice how at the beginning, Norbin was quite effective up there, taking a lot of damage for us with and shrugging it right off. Then they started to attack myself and Alatar, as we were the most impactful during that fight. Him keeping us up, me doing some damage. And then them using the arcane halos, I fear that they're forming some sort of hive mind almost. That collectively their experience from each battle they bring back and they learn and communicate that to the rest of their segments so they're even more effective, which would explain how they were so effective with destroying this part of the city.
I point to Lux and I go, "What did he say?"
I look back at you and I say, "We never know."
What makes you think they're a hive mind again?
It's just a theory,
Hmm.
but it would make sense for them to all learn because as I circle back through all of our fights, they seem to be getting more and more intelligent, subtly, but more intelligent as time goes on.
Like the illithids.
Maybe.
Hmm.
Could be a modified elder brain.
Or could it just be that the circumstances that they're fighting this fight, that they had buildings to throw at us, maybe made a difference?
Well, they are definitely bigger than last time. Uh, I'm sure that had something to do with it. But I would recommend exercising extreme caution going forward and to end every engagement as quickly as possible and ensure that we destroy any samples before they escape. 9 of them escaped.
Yeah, we didn't do a very good job of that.
I start doing jumping jacks. Since you said exercise.
One of those.
This character is just permanent Tad.
Permanent. Just full bore all the time. I recommend we rest up a little here and then continue exploring the city. Say take an hour, lick our wounds, and keep going. Unless anybody has any objections.
I look at Alaro to make sure
Okay.
he's not licking himself.
I point to CeeLo and I go, "I'm not licking anybody."
And
It's a
oh,
joke. It's a joke. Come on, I knew what you meant. That's the only thing I understood, but I understood that.
good.
Where are we going again?
Probably the city center. Right? Wasn't there a thing that we're looking for? Like one of the Archmage towers? I can't remember.
Yeah, you your expertise here, CeeLo, you would imagine that any survivors of note or leadership for Myth Call would be in the city center.
The city center would have, if there are any survivors, the highest population of them.
Don't you think it would be a good idea to get there as quick as possible in case they're in trouble?
We could, if we wish to set out now.
Not metagaming or anything, but like last time we waited around to heal up and a lot of people died.
You're getting flashbacks of last short rest
Yeah.
we did, everybody
I remember.
died.
But it all worked out in the end.
I remember this old story that was once told.
About the guys who ran into fire-breathing dogs.
I think it might be more prudent for us to make haste to wherever we may think that survivors would be, just in case.
Okay.
Let's go, Norman. Let's go. Come on.
How do we feel? I would like the entire groups. I know we. It seems that Alatar will not be joining us.
I hold up Alatar's hand.
He's fine.
Yeah, I say we get moving.
I lean over and I pick Alatar up and I put him on my shoulders.
You're killing me here, Michael.
Now he's got to update it again.
Yeah, now I got to redo it again.
Do what?
The meme. He's got to update the
meme.
Oh yeah. Is there even a picture of Michael's new character?
Are you stronger than me, Michael? What's your strength?
17.
Nice. Yes, you are definitely stronger than me. Perfect.
He's a paladin. He's not one of those crossbreeds.
Are you feeling a little bitterness for your choices for the last character, or
No, if we would have got to level 6, that's when the character opened up. Actually,
So
gotcha?
now,
So right now,
no, because
Perfect.
he's in a different part of the
well,
country.
yeah, but he could have if it
He
was.
could have, yeah.
If we are all in agreement for leaving, we can. I just want everybody to understand the risks before we leave.
I look to Docs. I think is the only one that has answered.
Perfect.
That looks awesome.
So good. All right.
I'm just going with the group.
Very well. I recommend avoiding as many encounters as possible, so from here on out.
Docs, have you described
No.
what you saw or felt or anything?
I
No.
consider me
You just woke
why
up.
I'm being so quiet. Yeah, I'm still in shock right now.
Okay.
Yeah, you hit your
'Cause
head on that
that's-
table pretty hard.
Yeah, that's the last thing
Maybe
you
I forgot it
remember was that, and you came out of that dream sequence, hit your head on the table, went unconscious.
Maybe I have
That'd be
amnesia
really
right now.
funny if you did, like that was part of your character. You just forgot everything, but
Yeah,
didn't
no, like,
tell any of us.
I hit my head. I forget everything, and then I have to have that dream sequence again.
Then you hit your head again, and
Yeah.
it just cycles.
Yeah.
The god is like, oh my gosh, please.
He just banishes me and then makes a new
Why did
Docs.
Why did I pick a kobold?
I point at Norbin. I say, I'm all on board of getting out of here. I just need to cast one spell. Take me 10 minutes, and then we can get on our way. It'll make our lives easier.
Okay, but like, is that worth it? We've already been here just sitting around for 10 minutes waiting for this thing to be cast.
It'll be worth it, at least for us.
Okay, sure. Guys, we're waiting
Thanks.
10 minutes.
Why?
I sit down.
The new guy's got an idea.
Well, if we're waiting 10 minutes, I begin to cast Detect Magic as a ritual.
I'm gonna
Okay,
scout the
I was
surrounding.
just gonna say, if I can like climb up on top of like a collapsed building and look around, that's what I would do.
I'll throw Lux up on top of a building.
That'll work.
Alara, what are you casting?
Find Steed.
Whoa.
Just one.
You get one.
Wait, when does it
Fine.
upgrade to find steeds?
Find
I don't think
her.
it does. I don't think it ever does.
All right.
Thanks, noob him.
He definitely doesn't remember your name, I don't think.
No, it definitely doesn't remember.
Michael didn't even remember.
All right, 10 minutes passed. So we'll do detect magic first. What are you detecting magic on? Or is that a self cast?
That's a self cast, so I just have it for 10 minutes and I see all magical things.
Nice.
Have we discussed chain casting that?
What do you mean?
Like, ritual cast it as it's going, and so after the 10 minutes, you then cast another ritual.
Between
which will then-
CeeLo and Alatar? Or just one person?
Just one person.
We have not discussed chain casting that.
Because
No.
someone did that in one of my other groups, and I wasn't sure how I felt about that. Because, like, I feel like if you do that, you then lose out on a lot of, like, awareness. where you're-
I view it as there's a lot of focus that you have to do to cast the spell, right? And it's a concentration spell, and casting it as a ritual requires that concentration. So you can walk around and have other just follow the person in front of you almost, because that doesn't really require thought. But anything more than that would break the ritual.
Got it.
That's how I view it.
That's how I would rule it too. Is that it's kind of it's what I would call a non-bow, right? Like it doesn't synergize with itself because like detect magic, it makes you aware to magical things. But while you're ritual casting something, you're not paying attention to anything else besides ritual casting this spell. And so it works against itself.
So you would basically need 2 people to chain cast it.
Yeah,
Yeah, if you did it that way, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
that's how me and Alatar have kept it for as long as we have.
Got it.
Because while one has it up and is concentrating on that, they're looking around and the other person's just kind of like mumbling to themselves, looking down. Anyways, what does Find Steed do, Alaro?
Well, I'm gonna guess you're not gonna let me summon a giant eagle, right?
I mean, that's
Can
a pretty
you?
good guess.
Divine Steed does not. It pretty much leaves it up to the DM
Oh, okay.
and your
good.
imagination.
Does it, just throwing it out there, Michael, does it say friendly creature? Because could you call a steed of an ooze being? Because I don't think I would recommend that.
So the ones in the spell are warhorse, pony, camel, elk, mastiff, or your DM might allow other animals to be summoned as steeds.
Yeah, I would say it needs to be something that's like actually rideable. I don't know if an eagle.
An eagle is rideable.
If you're small enough, yeah.
Are they
I
hard?
wonder Giant eagles. Giant
what
eagles.
is summon greater steed? Because
I don't know. I'm not there yet. I don't think.
Summon greater, and then is there major summon greater steeds plural?
Find greater steed.
I don't think
greater
so, Evan.
steed is Griffin, Pegasus,
Flying horse.
Oh, so
That's
that's the
flying.
flying one. So yeah, probably not for normal.
Rhinoceros.
Flying
Ooh.
rhinoceros.
Oh, that'd be
pretty cool.
Okay, so I summon a draft horse.
Boring.
I think that's appropriate, don't you?
Yes.
Does it apparate or does it find you?
If the way I imagine it is just out of it just comes up to you like it was there in the area.
That's
As
very funny.
Gandalf calls forth Shadowfax. Does this steed have a name? Bill.
Yeah, it
Is
could be
this just
Bill.
a horse?
Yeah.
Is that what?
Yeah.
Okay.
A draft
I was
horse,
gonna say,
but it's
'cause
huge.
if
It's
an eagle
huge.
comes swooping in, I'm gonna start shooting.
Bam, bam.
No, it's just a huge horse.
It's not
With a
a
saddle on it.
magical horse, though, right? It's a real, actual horse.
It
It's
can
a
take
magical.
damage. It's magical, but it can take damage.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So this isn't just I find the nearest draft horse and it just is compelled to walk through this destroyed wasteland to find
You can also talk to this horse.
Yes, he understands me. Except that I don't have to. He understands common.
Epona.
But of course, I can't talk to him. I just
Well,
point
you can
to him.
point at him.
I point at him. So, yeah, so he's huge. And when he comes up, I toss
Alatar.
Alatar onto the horse.
Classic
And,
name.
and I looked at Norbin and I go, now we don't have to carry him. And then I look at
Oh.
CeeLo and I go, hey, little guy, do you want to ride with him?
Sure. I'll ride with him.
So I
Oscar,
picked-
update the meme.
Oh my gosh, you guys!
So I put him on the horse, and this horse can carry a lot. So I look over at Docs and I go, hey, little guy, would you like to ride with him too?
Update it again, Oscar.
One update: who all's riding on the horse?
I think that's the most. What is Alatar? He's an elf, right?
Yeah, he's medium.
Yes, he's a medium.
Yeah, so there would be only the three of you could ride him. Docs, I point to Docs. Would you like to ride him too?
Sure.
So
I need
I
somebody to help me. Yeah.
Huh?
I need somebody to help me.
Get a boost. I
Pick you up.
mean, yes,
Squat you
I
up.
would also like a boost.
So I put you guys on either side of Alatar, one in front of him, one right behind. No, I guess both of you right behind him. So he's like up near the neck.
So he's driving the horse, right? The unconscious Alatar's driving the horse.
No, I hand the reins to you.
Okay.
And I look and I point and I go, Grandpa, you know how to drive a horse?
I've never felt so grateful and insulted at the same time.
Sorry about that. That's not my intention.
Don't worry about it. All right, yes, if we are ready, let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Did we find anything on our scouting?
Give me an investigation check.
And let me know if I see anything with detect magic then, Chris. Because that's only up for 10 minutes.
It's all on you, Lux. I didn't find anything.
That's right. That's a spell for me too.
Listen, what if the DC is like 2, Dave?
Well, then I would have matched the DC.
Right back.
Do you get a +1 to wisdom?
I
Oh.
I don't have any pluses to wisdom.
Hard rolled the 2.
Lux, what was your investigation check?
Oh, I'm gonna be honest.
Oh, it's investigation. So that's
Atrocious on this
intelligence.
meme. I didn't even.
Oscar's hard at work.
I got a 12.
Okay, no, you guys don't find anything.
What were you looking for?
You're just scouting.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, I start heading towards north. No, south.
I start
No.
heading towards where the city
Didn't
center
you,
is.
Didn't you already point us in a direction last time? Because I thought
The
I started
city center, which is east of where you're
east. Yes, right. I
Yes.
think I already tried to go the wrong way. So yeah, we'll be going
Yeah.
east this
Well,
time.
we'll
I think that happened last time, too.
redo the whole scenario again. Right? Nope, Norbin, it's this way.
No, I remember. Norbin remembers. He's smart enough.
You guys
Barely.
start walking towards the city center, giving a wide berth to pretty much any pile of rubble that you see.
I'm also stealthing.
Yeah, I would also like the stealth.
All right, give me a group stealth check.
What do we roll for being on a horse, Chris? Does the horse roll a stealth check?
No, you would
I'm glad Michael laughed at that.
roll me an animal handling and then a stealth check.
Can I assist Docs? Because I bet you his animal handling's better than mine.
There it is. Oh, that's beautiful.
Nice.
I see
Oscar's
this.
beautiful.
Oh, perfect.
Ooh. Give me some.
Perfect.
Hey, I don't even need to assist Docs. He just got it.
I think I'm gonna bring down our stealth check pretty hard.
Yep.
Oh, that's my animal handling? Okay.
You say stealth check.
16,
Yeah,
Chris,
group
is
stealth check.
my animal handling.
Oh, dang.
Roll stealth at advantage then.
Ooh.
Oh wait, me as well.
Yes, if you're on the horse.
Oh, I rolled a nat 20.
Cool.
So-
Gonna need it.
I did as
Yeah.
well.
22.
Oh, no,
22.
dirty.
Woo, woo, woo.
Knox, you got a 30?
No, I got a 20. Well, I had 22 for animal handling, and then I.
Oh, I didn't even read the animal handling, Wesley. I'm sorry.
Lux, what was your stealth?
5.
Ooh.
I rolled
Norbin?
1.
8.
Oh, my goodness.
Alara?
I rolled a natural 20, but because I'm wearing armor,
Mm,
Ah.
that sucks.
22.
Oh,
Okay.
that's still pretty good.
I rolled a 19 the second one.
Nice.
Guys, you guys passed
How close, Chris?
2 points.
2 points. Those nat 20s and 19s came in handy.
Yeah. You guys start making your way east towards the city center. Like I said, giving a wide berth to any pile of rubble that might resemble the last pile of rubble that came to life and tried smashing you with a house. And as you make your way through, where do we go here? Buildings begin to you kind of lose, or you kind of leave this destroyed district within the city, and start making your way into the city center, where you start to see other kind of like very much like refugee type looking people making their way through into the city center itself. Mostly these are gnomes and halflings, which makes up like uh, um, what?
I refreshed it, Wesley.
That's all. That's fine.
Okay. Oh. Oh, I see.
Oh, I'm missing something.
I thought this was like for a site update or something that you just saw, and I'm like, oh.
It just as a notice.
What am I missing, guys?
It's fine.
I have no idea. Whatever you're
Oh.
missing, I am also missing.
Check Dox's icon.
Docs as an icon?
His profile picture down at the bottom.
Yeah, I hide the pictures.
Well, that explains why Dave didn't see anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't see
Let
it.
her
And I don't
go.
remember how to
Let me
unhide
change
it.
him. Where's the graphics? No.
Disrespect docs now.
Way
I
to
dare you.
derail the campaign, Docs.
Good work. Well, this is just
You guys make your way into the city center along with all these other people, and it's as you might imagine. It is in a state of crisis, as people, like random buildings are being set up as triage facilities. People are trying to gain aid. You see priests and clerics kind of going through and trying to heal as much as they possibly can to the people who need it the most. But they are massively overwhelmed. Um, Here, what would you guys like to do in this?
Are there people
chaos?
like laying on the floor dying? Like they just can't get to them, or I would probably start helping in some way.
With like non-magical means?
Yeah, I can do medicine. I'm decent at that. Just trying to, help people not bleed out if that's the case. Or I also have 7 potions of healing, and I'm probably never going to use them. So
You should give at least some of those to me, because I used almost all of them the last fight.
All right, Lux, give me a medicine check.
see if this is any
How many
better.
people we talking here? Like, is this like hundreds of people, or like we talking like
Hundreds
tens?
upon. We're talking. I mean, of the refugees, the massive number of people filling the streets is innumerable.
Okay.
Thousands and thousands of people. The ones who are kind of piled up on beds on the sides, hundreds of people who are injured. Um,
I got an
uh,
unnatural 20.
Nice.
very nice, very nice.
Everyone's saved. They're all stabilized.
Good work.
They're all.
Your saviors are here, y'all.
Keep it going. Lux, I mean, based off of like using your education, what little you have,
Yeah, it's enough.
and your survival skills, you just go straight to work, of helping out these kind of medics, with their job.
Cool.
Anyone else? What would you guys like to do?
I'm gonna look around. I assume there's too many people just to see if there's like someone in charge. So I'm going to ask around if there is someone or a group of people that would be in charge.
Give me a
We're just gonna see my fail.
persuasion or intimidation.
Oh, I can actually do those. 17. Persuasion.
Persuasion. Okay. As people are rushing past, I mean, do you target any particular person or just whoever's closest to you? You just say who's in charge?
The one that's more like armored or like a guard type person, not like a commoner.
So in the nation of Mithra, um, their warriors are not like just like buff gnomes in armor, but automatons, mechs, basically, that are controlled by other gnomes. And you see one this like 9 foot tall mech, and sitting atop of it is a gnome. Obviously, a soldier, peacekeeper, um, type looking mech there, and you yell up to him and say,
I'm looking for the whoever's in charge of the city's defense.
he looks down and says, uh, "Keep going to the city center. Any surviving leaders have convened there and are actively trying to devise a defense and understand where this attack came from.
I want to chime in.
Do you have information, Leonin?"
We probably have some information, yeah.
May I ask, what brought this devastation upon the city? Do you remember anything, like the onset of it?
I saw what we all saw. Comets falling from the sky, no time to react, and devastation.
Yes, that sounds very familiar. We will be of at least some assistance to your leaders. Is there a specific name we should ask for?
Aren't you from here?
Yeah, but not this time period.
So,
I'm not gonna know the leaders of Mithra. I've been on the other side of the continent.
Uh,
Small little shop.
I mean, who? It depends on what kind of information. I mean, if you're looking for information that might help with the army, definitely General Dax Durforgel. These gnome names are terrible.
Hold on, can you say that again, Chris?
Dax Durforgel.
Durfergirl.
Dax Deforgel.
Did you write that one down, Dave? Because
Yep.
I'm not even gonna bother trying to.
Yep, I got it.
She might be of help if you have information on enemy whereabouts. But definitely, if the Supreme Conduit is still alive, um, she would probably be the one that's consolidating all the efforts.
And
Is that the head of
who
state?
is the Supreme Conduit currently?
That is. Oh.
Trolley Zior.
Now that one's a little less goofy.
Not if you see how it's spelled. How would you say that?
Or did you put it in chat?
Pralia. Ugh. It has an X in it. I'm already lost.
Zyre.
Yeah, I guess it's Zyre.
The X,
It's like
X at the front makes the Z sound. Your
it's like xylophone. So
Tralea Zyre.
Yeah. Her, the Supreme Conduit.
That is another female, right?
Yep.
very well. Thank you for your information. Just a point of advice. If you are attacked over here, if you have disposal to cold weaponry or arcane uses, I would highly recommend using those.
Very, very well. I don't know if we have those capabilities, but it's good to know.
Pointy sticks work too.
Not nearly as well.
They don't do those.
They work.
Come, gentlemen. We have information to deliver.
All right, you guys continue on your way. Oscar, you get tatted up, man.
Yeah.
Nice.
Abigail and Philip were playing the freeze game. So they would freeze me, and then they wrote "butt" all over my arm.
I was gonna say it looks like it
I
says
was just
butt.
gonna say, like, I see "butt" written there.
Yeah.
Oh, you got multiple butts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they wrote it like 4 times.
Nice.
They thought it was hilarious. So,
Yep.
It is hilarious.
Is that your outfit for VBS?
yep.
Yeah, please no.
I'm gonna take my shirt off, and it's just butt real big.
I think you should consider getting that actually tattooed on yourself.
Yeah, this exact just yeah.
He's got a bad word tattooed.
My fingernails were black earlier too, but I washed that off.
Classic.
Yeah.
All right. You guys gather up. Lux, do you? I'm guessing you go with your group right after doing. What
I mean, if they tell me, I'm not really paying attention, so
Yeah,
if
I
they
would
just head
definitely make
off.
sure. I would
Okay.
definitely make sure we're all here.
When they tell me to go, I would take 3 of the healing potions out of my bag and just kind of like make sure some medical person
Throw 'em at people.
Chuck them at him. You
Throw
got a little
Be
glass
healed.
in you.
Throws them into the middle of the road and watches them fight for it.
Yeah.
Lux, you hand those off to one of the nearby clerics, and they just look up at you. Thank you. You guys leave kind of the front lines area, that's just filled with weeping and wailing and gnashing of teeth, and
Spiritual.
move more towards the city center. That is, again, you're greeted with just silence. As the commotion from the front line kind of dies down, and you see the Capitol building. It hasn't changed much in your time. It is still just as incredible. awesome, for lack of a better word, as it was in your day. Just this uh, looks like glass, or like with a mirrored finish. Just this spire that rises towards the sky. Um, what is that? What's that tower over in Abu Dhabi?
The
Yep.
tower.
You look.
Tower.
The
Burj Khalifa?
None of us know.
what was that, Docs?
Burj Khalifa?
Yes, that.
Is that a rapper?
It's like Wiz Khalifa's cousin.
It's a rapist.
That's even worse. Let's just stop.
But it's just this impressive tower that just I mean it is hundreds and hundreds of feet above the other skyscrapers that you see towards the middle of the city. And the whole skyline kind of rises up as you get closer to the middle of the city with higher and higher and higher skyscrapers, and then this great tower in the middle of the city, which you know, CeeLo, this is where the heads of state would be.
Cool. I point up and I say, that is where we need to go.
In the building?
Yes, in the building.
Is there a way to get up there without walking?
It is really tall.
Do I know of any secret, efficient ways to get up there that may or may not be known to the public?
The maid's
Give
entrance.
me a history check.
History check? I lived in history, Chris. I
With
was there when it was
advantage.
built.
Then intelligence check.
Which is history.
It's the same thing. 20.
20. Okay. You do so. I mean, they're elevators, right? They're arcane elevators. Is how they traverse through this incredibly tall structure. And the only thing that you would know of would be basically the equivalent of um the servants elevator.
Gotcha.
That not many people would use or know about. But the larger obstacle between you and those elevators would be the guards, right? And
I
you
didn't know if there was a secret emergency exit hatch that like may have been lost to
There's
time,
just
and
like
I'm like,
a grate that you just pop off and can walk through the guards. No.
man,
And someone of your station, Celia, you wouldn't know about that anyways.
man, unfortunate.
You do see an impressive amount of mechs between you and the tower.
Are the normal elevators busy, like super busy? Like a line type of thing?
I mean, they're on the inside. I mean, you don't know where their elevators are,
Got it.
what they look like, or if they're
That
being
would still work. That's what I was asking. I wasn't asking for a secret way.
Yeah, so I'll say, you don't have to walk up there. There's elevators that take you up. If you don't know what that is, it's basically a platform that goes up like this to your destination.
Like a
the
floating
trouble,
disc.
yeah, sure. The trouble, the trouble with it is getting through all of that easily.
Wait, we can't get to the normal elevators? We have to go through guards to get to the normal elevators too?
Yes.
Ugh.
Well, why would that be a problem?
Well, just got attacked from the sky, on high alert, probably not super welcoming to visitors. We'll see how it plays out.
Just
But
use
you know
your
things, right?
use your Mithrin charm and get us in.
Yes, Mithrin charm that is 1,500 years out of date. We'll see how times have changed.
Okay. Well, if you need help, I can talk to him.
Take all the help I can get.
Yeah, I can talk to him if you like. I can't do any magic or anything for him, but I can at least be nice to him.
I mean, pleasantries are always a good start. Let us try.
Worst we could do is fail.
Uh, yeah, that is an excellent way of looking at it. And we go to try and get in the building, Chris.
All right. You're greeted with what you expect to be greeted by. Is a large and impressive show of force. Who are you, and state your business?
My name is CeeLo. These are my compatriots. We have recently traveled here from what's the name of the Korheim. We were teleported here by a personal friend of mine, Maeve, who you may or may not know is a member of the Order of Nine, because we have experienced a tragedy similar to yours, although not quite to this scale, because it seems we stopped it from getting this far, and would like to provide aid to your leadership staff in any way we can.
Just start with all the eggs out of the basket, huh?
Yep.
Nice.
Direct to the point.
Do you have a letter of introduction or voucher from this Maeve character?
No, you see, when we were teleported here, something went wrong with the teleportation circle spell, and we all kind of got tossed and separated. I was unable to find her. I hope she is all right.
You're saying the same thing happened in Korheim, so Korheim is also in ashes?
No.
Right.
Fortunately, we've managed to prevent the outbreak prior to so much devastation wrecking the city.
I point at the guard and I say, Grandpa, he understands these things. He knows something about them. He was able to defeat some monsters. I'd listen to him. I'm just trying to help.
Yeah, I'll take any help you can give me. I got nothing. I got 0. 0 is the number.
Alara, you go up and point to the guy. This is a dwarf, by the way.
Oh.
Oh. If we only knew someone who had great relations with dwarves.
Yeah, wait, he's not speaking in a southern accent. What is this?
This is a Mithranese dwarf.
Man.
This is blasphemy.
I can't believe it.
Why is he talking like that?
He's talking funny.
Yeah, he's talking funny.
Talk funny. I like how you talk. I like how you talk too.
He looks back at you, Alaro, as you point at him and speak into his mind. Interesting. Again, any proof of these claims?
Did the king give us anything like medallions or like?
No,
I have no idea.
no, we ran away.
Chris.
What about that? Side question here. You guys take that? Oh, you just broke it up. You didn't take that machine with you, did you?
Oh, I killed it.
Right, so we didn't bring it with us.
No.
So when you guys were given the titles of protectors of the realm, you did receive like a medal.
Oh,
we
okay.
did?
Well, yeah. Show him that then.
I fish out my medal. This is from the king of what's the name of the actual country?
Amon.
Amon. This is from the king of Amon. It's proof of our valor and rescuing him from a similar state of your country. If that is proof enough.
He holds out his hand.
Oh, so he's not sitting on top of his 9 foot
No,
tall.
he's
Okay.
just yeah.
Okay, I was picturing just looking directly up.
That's what I was too.
Mister. no, he's just a dwarf standing out in front of this army of mechs.
Okay, well then yes, I produce it and I hand it to him.
He kind of looks it over. You all, protectors of the realm.
It is quite surprising, is it not?
No. We'll have to provide an escort. We seen some strange things happening in the city since those meteors.
Quite understandable.
What strange things, sir?
Mechs getting hijacked. Automatons revolting against their creators.
Do you know when it started? Like specifically?
After those meteors hit.
Like, were the units who were sent to investigate, were they the ones who first reported?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
He hands back your medallion.
I take it back.
It says,
Didn't know I had it.
Let me report back to my superior, and I'll be right back. So he leaves you guys. Do you guys want to do anything or say anything while he's gone?
I asked Seal if I could see the medal.
Sure. I didn't know I had it till like 30 seconds ago. So yeah.
So I investigated, Chris. I look at it over, up and down, scratch at it. What do I think of the medal?
Very fine.
I hand it back. You have been honored greatly.
Yes, I would say so. I had a friend once that was all about honor.
There's something to that.
There is.
And it's time and place.
Yeah, I feel like he let that blind him a little, though.
That can happen. Shall we go? Oh, we're waiting, aren't we?
We're waiting.
Chris, is there a way to put a sending zone on like speakerphone?
Isn't that telepathic?
No.
No, not really.
You're trying to record this whole conversation?
Not record, just transmit it like as it's happening without having to report every detail.
Yeah.
All right, but is it telepathic? Like, do I have to like hold up the ring and be like, breaker, breaker, here's what's happening, or like, can I just do it?
The sniper is on the roof.
Let's read the spell sending together and see if it requires verbal components.
I would assume it's more of a telepathic thing.
Oh, yeah, it's a telepathic. It's a sending stone. It's not the spell.
Yeah, it's not sending spell.
I thought it acted as the sending spell, so.
But you don't have to use like verbal to cast your spell with a sending stone. It's already already
It
cast.
depends on what the material components. It says verbal or there is a verbal component to it.
I mean, I would assume you would need to speak it with the sending spell. But like, as Oscar said, like with the sending stone, like if that were the case, then you'd have to basically like hold it up and like get it out and talk into it, and that To me, that doesn't make
That's
any
how
sense.
I always kind of pictured them working, to be honest with you. But
What do you think, Chris?
No. I mean, this item was, even if sending works that way, this item is meant to be used covertly.
okay, fair
Good.
enough.
So I'm at this point, I'm gonna report kind of what happened when we got here, who we're going to see, and where we're at into the stone. And kind of just like the general vibe of like everything's destroyed, thousands of people injured, refugees, that kind of stuff.
We don't know you're doing this, right? Like this literally just you literally got this opportunity like 5 minutes ago, right? At the party.
Yeah,
Okay.
My
I'm
favorite
all
part is
in.
how you don't know if this is like ruining our
Yeah, I have no
everything.
idea.
I
I have
love it.
no idea. But I'm naive and I'm like, you know what? They're gonna help me. Like what how can it hurt? Just giving them some information. Meanwhile, they're the ones behind this, all of it.
Yeah, they're the
Yeah,
ones planning. Like, let's see how it's going on the front line.
They're like, oh, yeah, oh wait, the refugees are here. Send in another meteor.
yeah, that's right. Target right there. Right there.
Have I gotten any kind of response at all, Chris? Yet?
Uh, for this one, after you send that, you do get a response.
Oh, cool beans.
Um,
He says,
Your
"This is the
reward is in
fastest
transit.
return on investment I've ever gotten."
and they say, you hear the voice of that same operative that you're talking to before.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he says, yes, we're hearing all of it.
Okay. Oh wait, like they're saying they're hearing me. Is that the vibe, or does he sound annoyed? Like, yeah, we know. Please shut up.
I took it as the second one.
Yeah, that's kind of what I got too.
It's hard to, I mean, it's hard to decipher intent over text, right? And so you kind of get
Yeah.
the same thing. Like, I wonder what that meant.
Well, I'm not gonna stop. So
You're gonna spam mail him, right?
in my defense, he gave me like no details. He said like there's this huge worldwide network and they want information. So I'm just going with the
No, I
flow
mean,
here.
makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. You see that dwarf starting to come back, and says, "Well, wouldn't you know? Turns out, I'm your escort."
Ah, that is convenient. Shall we be off?
Um, Need to find a name for this random nobody.
As in a name we probably don't need to write down.
Well, this is a dwarf name, so it should be less than like Trelia Zyor.
Yeah. Well, it's Jaggle Shatterbrand.
Yeah, see, a normal name.
Exactly. See, you say that, Dave, of like, yeah, we're not going to hear from this guy again. I don't know with you guys.
Oh, I
Of
know.
like,
I wrote his name down because I know for sure that
it's,
he's
it's
gonna be
going
a
to be
huge
like,
part.
all right, this tower is blowing up and we're jumping out of here and I'm going to bring Jaggle with us. It's like, okay.
He's gotta come with us now. He's a
Well,
vital member of the group.
we just got a permanent NPC in the group now. Cool. Wish I would have gave this guy a name. All right. He brings you guys through the just this massive force of mechs. People shoot you. These soldiers
They shoot
shoot
us?
you kind of
And the
suspicious
campaign's over.
looks.
Sorry, I'm a little trigger happy.
They just shoot you,
He leads us right into a firing line.
yeah. They shoot you guys suspicious looks as you like
I'll nod at everybody. Like,
as the I mean these constructs are just massive.
Slightly taller than me.
Lux, as you walk by them, now that your mind is kind of off of the refugees and just looking at the weaponry on these things, they're armed with these forearm mounted arc light cannons.
Gosh.
That
Getting
I mean,
yourself some
it's
ideas.
an impressive amount of firepower.
I would kind of push my way to the front of the group a little bit. What's this guy's name? Jaggle?
Jaggle.
Jaggle, sir. Just a quick question for you. You ever make any of these mech things and like can anybody ride one of these or how does that I'm just noticing, the guns on there and that's pretty fancy. I'm a little excited, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, the gear forged. Absolutely. They are impressive, aren't they?
Yeah.
But you have to be trained in the arcane halo, and the gods blessed me with many talents. Intelligence was not one of them. So I stick to the ground.
I didn't mean for you to put yourself down.
Well,
just...
that's what I do.
Hey,
I'm honest.
Just depressed. Let's have a therapy session for this guy now.
I'm honest, and I'm okay. It keeps me in shape. All this walking myself, using my own legs.
Wait, does he have a southern accent now? Okay. Starting to hear some crossover there.
It's just a little bit of a twang, if you will.
His mother's aunt on
Lux,
his dad's
when you're
side.
like around Southern speaking people, like you just can't help it. You just start throwing in y'alls and stuff. Like he hears you and like, whoa, hey. But yeah.
Well,
the gear forged.
I tell you what, we get out of this alive. I'm coming back here. This is fascinating stuff. I'm gonna have to learn how these work. All right, I appreciate it. Don't get your hopes down.
Dax and Break they're in the tower, and so if you wanna swap notes on constructs, they're definitely the ones to talk to.
All right.
Break?
Dax and Break.
You said Dax and Break.
Not Docs. Dax.
But who's Break? Is
The
this
other
another
guy.
person?
Yeah.
I may have missed this person. Who's this other person?
Break
They're
Jaffa.
new.
Break Jaffa. He's the gear forged engineer.
Oh, all right.
I missed that part.
I think I found a new
That's
best friend,
That's
guys.
a new name.
Oh.
Dax is my dad.
Wait a second. Hold on.
Dax is a woman?
Papa?
What is happening here?
His mom's ducks. Hey guys, your buddy here's a little heavy. Can we get moving?
Oh, is he not still on the horse?
There's
I
a horse
thought
coming?
we were walking in.
Yeah, the horse can come. These giant mechs are in here. Why can't a horse be in here?
Okay.
Alara, I assumed you brought the horse with you.
Oh, I assumed that it was not. They were going to allow us to bring a horse.
Well, you guys aren't in the building yet.
Oh, okay.
But it's also a time of emergency. The Jaggle walks you up. I mean, you're probably walking through 3 football fields length of just nothing but these constructs, these gear forged. Before you reach the steps of the tower, and you guys walk up. There's like no one here. This structure is so big. You would imagine that this place was in It maybe in better times would just be buzzing with movement and energy throughout it. You don't see any of that. It looks rather depressing. As big as it is, with it being as empty as it is rather depressing. And Jaggle takes you up to you see the in the center of this spire here are five elevators that you just you see the track of them go up, and you see above you it's kind of like I don't know concentric circles basically that go higher and higher and higher and higher. Um, he loads you guys onto the first elevator, which of the size of this platform here could probably fit 5 times the number of your group and still be very comfortable, including the horse.
See, look, we're good.
You see Jaggle, he punches an arcane rune, and that platform hums to life, and you guys begin to float in the air. CeeLo, give me an animal handling check.
Oh, good.
The horse jumps to its death.
Just
13, Chris.
right. As that platform takes off, the horse does rear back, but you're able to control it, and you're fine.
Oh, good.
I'm gonna stand near the horse and be ready to wrangle it in case anything bad happens. Since
That
Carry
is
the
probably a
horse.
good call, Norbin.
All right. You guys climb higher and higher and higher and higher, moving at a pretty decent clip, rising up through this spire. To one of the you would imagine as the circles go, one of the highest levels within the spire. And Jaggle invites you to step off of the elevator.
Get off. I'll actually
Yep.
get off the horse now. Doxer, are you okay riding the horse, or
Yeah, I got it.
okay? I have the utmost faith in your abilities.
Docs, roll animal handling.
Are you serious?
I am still next to the horse. I'm mainly next to the horse because Alatar's still on it, and he can't do much about that.
Hope I shouldn't have gotten off.
Nope.
Ah!
Oh man.
It's okay. Wesley, you got it.
You'll have advantage.
No. Why?
Alatar's there helping him.
Yeah, Altar's helping him. He's weighing the horse down.
Yeah.
Guidance. He's just guidance. The horse doesn't move.
I try to, like, you know how you can dig your heels into the side of the horse to get it going?
Does it
And
have
then,
a
like-
bridle or anything that I can like hold on to? Like,
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's got.
And yeah, I whip the bridle.
I'm gonna
Giddy up.
grab a hold of it. If it's not coming with us, I'm gonna try and grab a hold of it and like lead it along.
Okay. Give me an athletics check.
This is great.
Docs just goes for the nuclear option right away.
Oof. 10.
Oh my goodness. It
Runs
Is-
all of us over.
very much digging its heels into the ground. Docs, as you dig your heels into its flanks, and give it a giddy up. I need a acrobatics check from you.
Oh my gosh.
man.
What is happening to you, Wesley?
I don't know. Didn't think I could get much worse.
Norbin, I need a how do you catch something? That'd be
I usually use sleight of
Athletics.
hand, but
sleight of
Oh
hand.
yeah, sleight of hands are acrobatic.
Athletics.
Yeah, sleight of hand. Norbin,
Athletics.
sleight of hand.
Okay, athletics. Are we sure we're not doing athletics?
Yeah.
3.
What?
Oh my goodness.
all right, Oscar, prepare to update the meme.
Oh my god.
People flying all over the
Docs
place.
takes 6 points of damage as the horse bucks you off.
Alatar dies.
Yeah,
Alatar takes
lands on
3
his
points of
neck.
damage.
How many?
3.
He's still up.
I yell over at Alaros. Get your horse under control, man.
Of course, I see what they're doing, and I point at Docs and I go, "That's no way to handle this fine animal." And I point to the horse and I go, "Come on, buddy. We need your help. You want to get off this thing as much as we do. You're a good boy. Come on. Help us out, will you, please? Appreciate it."
Yeah, he. I don't think he has a choice but to listen to you,
Right.
Alaro.
Right.
This-
But he does.
hamster.
But that's not his style to do command.
This whole
No.
time.
No.
That is not his style. So he just controls the horse to come along.
Yo.
And then he looks at Docs and he says, "Well," and he picks you up and puts you back on the horse. You fall off, get back on. The worst that happens is you could die.
Yeah.
That's the worst. It's the worst that could happen. Not likely. You guys, Jaggle, after you guys get yourself in order here, leads you in to. I mean, it's a great big chamber. There's a table at the middle of it. Light is kind of like um, being cast from the table itself. And you see probably 15 people gathered around this table, mainly gnomes and halflings, gathered around this rather short table. And then you see, it looks like kind of like service personnel, uh, pages, missives, people ready to fetch whatever that are kind of waiting in the wings of this great room. And Jaggle clears his throat. May I introduce the protectors of the realm from King Belzen Drek himself and the kingdom of Amon. You see all these people at the table kind of glance at you guys walking in. No, nothing. Just, huh?
Who are these guys? Why are they
Jaggle
here?
kind of like, just kind of nods and backs up. He says, it's all yours.
Fantastic. I love this. I approach. Good sirs and madams, we are here to provide assistance. We have a particular form of expertise dealing with a situation similar to this. Not more than how long ago did Amon get attacked, Chris?
Couple weeks.
Ooh,
A month.
no. It's less time than that. Probably 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks.
Okay. Not more than 2.5 weeks ago, the city of Korheim experienced a similar attack to the nature that you are experiencing. Luckily, the situation was quickly addressed as the threat was dealt with prior to the outbreak continuing on in the city, but further attacks were made throughout the countryside, which we were sent to dispatch and to gather intelligence on. So we are here to help in any way that we can.
you see this very elderly looking female gnome that is seated at the far end of the table from where you guys are standing. The only one that is actually sitting at the table. Everyone else is standing. She says, "Bring them closer. Let's have a look." You see this younger gnomish female step forward, and she has looks like the armor that she's wearing looks like it's made out of stone, actually. But within the stone is like these currents of arcane power um, that kind of accent. Think of like Tron looking type stuff. And then around her head is that same similar light blue glowing arcane energy in a band wrapped around her head. And she says, "Step forward."
They don't look like gems, do they?
They are definitely not gems.
Okay.
We approach, right? Unless
Yeah.
unless you guys are just like, CeeLo's got it.
I approach with Zelo at least.
Yeah, I think we all should.
Okay.
Good, because I don't want to do it alone.
Alaro, Jaggle kind of as you are walking forward with your horse and Dox and Alatar on the horse, he says, keep uh keep your horse safe for now. You go on ahead.
He's a stable boy.
Dox just stays on the horse.
What was that, guys? Speak up.
Sorry.
So who told us to keep the steed?
Jaggle.
Your escort.
Okay.
Dox, I'm guessing you get off now?
Yeah, but is there any? But how tall is this horse? I can get off by myself, right?
It's a draft horse, and so at the shoulder it's probably maybe 6 feet.
Okay, I'll I'll weasel my way down.
Okay.
And
Give me an animal handling check, real quick.
really?
I'm joking, no.
You're just being mean to him today.
I was like, let's just keep this up. Let's see if I can kill Dox with a horse.
He needs the
Yeah.
training because next level. There it is.
Yeah, where was that, Wesley?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. So I hop down and I follow the group, or watch the horse, whichever one I'm supposed to do.
Follow
Okay.
the group. You're supposed to follow the
I'll follow the group.
group.
All right. Hold on, I'm getting the map of the city here. I'll put it on screen. How do I?
Do we want to take our break here real quick, Chris, so you can get yourself ready?
Oh yeah. Let's do that. Let's take our break, and I'll get the map of the city loaded up here.
Okay.
Cool.
big round city.
Yeah, I didn't think it was next to water either.
Mm.
Oh yeah, it is. Would you look at that?
Why is my money thing so empty?
We all have that problem, Michael.
Yeah, right.
It always just seems to be a little too low.
Yeah. I usually call it a bank account, but money thing's fine too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Money back.
Dave, have you been playing Diablo?
Oh yeah. Basically every free minute I have. It's not a lot of free time, but it's where it's going.
Yeah.
You?
Yeah. I think that's what I've been playing mostly since it came out.
Beat the story?
Yeah.
Into Nightmare Dungeons yet?
Yeah. I think I like the story better than I like the 1 to 50 more than I'm liking after that.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I'm a fan of the grind. It's been a long time since I've done a gear grind, and it feels like this has enough like MMO gear grind style to it
Mm. Mhm.
compared to like normal Diablo. There's not a ton of like actual grinding, at least in three.
Yeah.
But this it feels a lot closer to like an MMO style where like you have like tiers of gear basically, which I'm really
Yeah.
looking forward to.
Yeah, I'm getting to the point where I think I'm ready to make a new character just cuz I'm getting bored of mine.
Rogue?
Is that what I am? No,
Yeah.
I'm a druid.
Oh, Druid, huh? Interesting.
Yep.
What level are you up to?
I think 58.
Okay, yeah, I actually just hit 60 earlier tonight, so yeah, right about the same
Nice.
level.
That's what I told myself. I'm going to get to 60 and then I'm going to make a new character.
Not gonna unlock World Tier 4 yet.
Maybe. I don't know.
I tried it last night with a couple friends. We were all about level 60 or so, and it was a little rough doing the capstone.
Yeah.
But one of them said that I think he's 61 now, but he did a two-man in that capstone with someone else, and they didn't have any issues with it.
Nice.
So I'm looking to get that World Tier 4 unlocked soon, hopefully.
Yeah, I've been using I think I've changed one piece of gear in probably the past 10 hours of playing just because I'm not getting anything that's good,
Mm,
which is probably contributing to me wanting to make a new character.
gotcha. Are you full like legendary aspect geared out and stuff?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I just want to get the what Ascendant gear or whatever it's called, and
Yeah.
get a full set of that basically. Then I might look into other classes and whatnot. What are you gonna start on next?
I think a necromancer because
Hopefully, it's
I
after
did.
they fix the black smoke thing.
Hmm,
Have you seen? Have you played with a necromancer yet?
I've been solo the entire time.
So they have this one sky. I don't know which one it is, but basically it puts black smoke on the ground, and you can't see anything.
Oh, that
Can't
sucks.
see the ground. Can't see the enemies. Can't see yourself. It's literally just black.
That's super annoying.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Yeah, I did the druid because I like the idea of like having companions and having them be like wolves and bears and stuff. And I ended up not doing anything that has to do with animals at all. So,
Yeah, from what I understand, the druids like pet builds aren't really that strong.
yeah. I don't even shapeshift like hardly at all either. I'm
Really?
all lightning.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I play with a druid. I actually went through the story with a druid the whole time, and he was a bear basically the whole time.
Yeah, I know that's like one of the most popular builds. It's just you're always in bear form.
Yep.
Hmm.
Chris, gonna be hopping into Diablo anytime soon?
Oh no.
Too much going on.
Is it worth the purchase?
I think it is. It's my style of game though. It's the ARPG mixed with like MMO elements.
Yeah, I think it's good. I just I mean me personally, I think they definitely need to flesh out the end game some more, but just
Which
cuz even
isn't
now
super
like
surprising for like a brand new game
right,
though.
yeah, I expected that.
Yeah.
I
But
just I don't know, like half the like nightmare sigils I get, I can't even use, and I'm not sure why. It says you haven't unlocked this yet.
strongholds. You need to do your
That's
strongholds because
annoying.
when you do strongholds, it unlocks dungeons in that area.
Okay. So I've been doing like the same like four dungeons pretty much all the time.
Gotcha. Yeah, just go through and do the strongholds. They're easy now. Because nightmares, I guess it depends on what level of nightmare you do, but strongholds are only +2 level, so they're
Yeah, when I'm not in a nightmare dungeon, everything's like super simple.
yeah,
I mean, it's not. I mean, I'm not like struggling in the dungeons, but yeah, there's definitely a huge difference when you're on the overworld.
yep. I've already gone through, collected all my Lilith um, statues, and working on completing, getting my Paragon in each zone and all that stuff too.
Yeah, I got all the Lilith statues, but that's about as far as I went.
David, sounds like you're playing an MMO.
I know. It's great, isn't it? It's a
I
single
gotta get
player.
mine.
It's a single player MMO. It's like the perfect storm. It has all the
Yep.
MMO elements to it, but it's single player. Well, I guess co-op, but
Need to get my prestige in this area up, and
yep, it's pretty good. I'm a fan.
Is that your least favorite part of MMOs, the multiplayer aspect?
Yep. Well, it's more
Yeah,
like the time commitment where
Mm.
if you do something, you basically need to be doing it like constantly,
every day you're
consistently.
running your dailies.
Yeah,
Oh, that sounds awful.
yeah, it is.
Oh dear lord.
That's why this game is like you can just play whenever you want, get a few things done. Dungeons like a dungeon run only takes like 10 minutes.
No, we lost our youth minister here. Um, and for youth events, summer is like the busy time.
Hmm.
So
So you're picking
I'm
up
the
the slack.
only I'm the other paid staff member. So guess who gets to do that?
How fun.
Jeffrey?
Yeah. That's just, you know, comes with the territory,
Yep.
the job.
Do you know if you guys are getting someone new in?
Our leadership hasn't met yet. We meet on Sunday.
Oh, okay. So this is
To,
like a
to
new thing.
yeah, he just told us last week. So,
Ah, gotcha.
but I've known about this, that this was coming for like the last month. So
Got it.
just based on what he's been saying, of he's not cut out for it, and he's not. Ay, ay, ay. All right.
I love your artwork, Chris.
Yeah.
Fireballs.
I guess I think it's impact zones. Although I'm trying to tell what is going on here.
That's the spire.
Oh, this
Oh,
is the spire.
Yeah.
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, there's a giant S right beside it.
Wait, what? Really?
Look at the road.
Oh, gotcha.
All right.
Well, I don't know about that much damage.
I mean, they hit
Isn't that
twice
bad?
opposed to what? Korheim got hit once, right?
Mythical beat.
I thought we had multiple fireballs coming in.
I don't remember, Chris.
Yeah,
No.
we had at least two.
Well, I
No.
Because
know
while we one cane fell while we were in the room, where we ran
Yeah.
out and fought, and then we had to take cover because more came in.
No. You guys are remembering that wrong.
No, because that was a ship that fell on us. That was
Yep.
wreckage, not the fireball.
Yes.
Oh, got it.
Oh, I
It
So
thought
it's
was
just
one meteor that came in, and the debris hit the ship.
Mhm.
The impact of the meteor hit the city, and then as you guys were out there, the ship broke apart. The airship broke apart above you, and then flaming debris started pelting the city.
Yeah, and then it was like simultaneously the other meteor dropped in the country, right? Or is that like dropped afterwards? I can't remember.
Oh, in the immortal words of my dad, I don't know about that.
I vouch for Chris. I remember this happening.
I
I don't know about that.
don't know.
Whatever. Working on my old man talk.
You prepping yourself, Michael, for
Getting ready for it, yeah.
He's, you have full license to be old man, Michael. I mean, you're in 50s.
I don't know. I don't think you can be full license until you get much older. Well, basically, some of the older people in the congregation have to die off. And as long as Evan's grandfather's around, we're never going to catch up to that man.
That's true. That's true. Well, it's him and Bill Heiser, man. 99.
Yep. So yeah, so I'm still young because they're still young.
I can't believe Bill Heiser's still kicking around, man.
Actually, Evan's grandfather's doing better.
Yeah, he's older. He's 6 months older than Bill Heiser.
Yeah. Bill only makes it to services Sunday mornings now. And he looks, he's slow. Evans, well, I guess they only make it Sunday morning too, don't they?
Yeah, they've only been able to do Sunday morning for a while.
But they just seem to move around.
Don't jinx us, Michael. Don't jinx us.
Yeah, I should do that. You're right. But yeah.
But he does do well for 99. I mean,
you look at some of the people in that congregation. Bill Baldosser. My man was old, but he was still like climbing on roofs and fixing roofs when he was like in his 80s,
Yep.
crawling around like he's a little kid.
I'm gonna be lucky to get out of bed when I'm 60. So
yeah, that's my goal.
My goal's not to have to get out of bed when I'm 60.
All right.
Have my coffin fixed.
You guys
when I'm
walk
30.
up to the table. And you are introduced. I'm just going to give you the names of who's there, okay?
Dave, are you writing these down?
Yep.
Okay.
The old lady at the back is Trelia Zyor,
Yep, got that.
Supreme Conduit. There is Nuad. We're just going to go first names here, okay?
Oh,
Why
give me
not?
the whole name.
What's wrong?
Okay.
What's wrong with Nuwad's last name?
I want to
Chris?
hear this.
Nuad, Quiom,
That's pretty normal.
male gnome master gunsmith.
It's all for looks.
Okay.
Friends.
Maxon Braggle, female gnome, weather crafter.
Weather crafter?
Mm-hmm.
We're pretty advanced here in Mithra, you know.
Jymux Womb.
I'm sorry, what was that?
The Jymux Womb.
Womb?
Like
Womb.
Like
womb?
womb? It's just
No.
it's gonna be womb.
Womb.
It's gonna be womb. Mr. Womb.
Mr. Womb.
Male dwarf, arcane weaver.
Okay.
Break Jaffa.
Oh, got that one. Okay.
Gear forged engineer, male halfling.
Oh, male halfling, hold on. Okay.
Dax Durfergol. That was the female gnome that stepped up
Oh, okay.
with that power armor on. Construct specialist, member of the Order of Nine.
Isn't that one of the people we want to see?
That's Dax. That's the member of the Order of Nine.
Yes.
Okay.
Dear Forgel, right? Specialist or member of Order of Nine.
And last but not least is Graylix Dryle. No. Drywa.
Drywa.
Male halfling. Timeless chronomancer. Order of Nine.
Hey, look at that.
Okay.
Those were the big hitters. So is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The rest aren't introduced. You're guessing that they are, these people's second in commands, lieutenants type things. As these are the only ones that speak up and introduce themselves.
Okay.
Protectors of the realm. What information have you to share with us as they kind of scooch around and open up a spot for you guys at the table? And as you view the table, this is what it's like a light blue kind of 3D map of the city of what you see, and the 5 red areas are lit up red.
So you suffered 2 impacts, not just 1. That explains the lack of containment.
There are 5.
5. Oh, I didn't see the other ones. I'm sorry. Let me scroll around.
Wow.
Let me
All right,
scroll
CeeLo,
around.
take a
Hold
seat.
on a second.
Never has
Where's
there
your
been a
oatmeal?
more CeeLo comment.
I saw 2. All right. Let me rephrase that.
Like nothing ever happened.
There was 5 impacts. No wonder you struggled with containment. And the city's in such a state.
Containment.
Yes.
What are
What
you
we're
implying?
what we're dealing with is something that I have never seen before, and something that, until very recently, Maeve, a member of the Order of Nine, has never seen anything like it before. And for those of you who do not know, her specialty is to know everything. So that is slightly concerning. What we are dealing with is, hold on, I gotta find it in my notes.
Greylick speaks up at that. Where is Maeve?
Good question. We were separated upon transport here. Something went wrong with the teleportation circle, like something interfered with the spell. We were all separated. I do not know where her whereabouts are, and I have no way of really contacting her at the moment.
Who has an intelligence above 15?
Me.
Wait, say that again.
Does Altar?
Intelligence above 15?
Altar probably doesn't.
Yeah.
Unconscious anyway, so.
Okay.
Why does that matter, Chris? What do I know?
Nothing.
Oh, I know nothing? Okay, cool.
I just randomly ask for stuff. That has
Oh,
nothing
do you? Okay.
Just to throw you off a little
Just
bit.
to throw
Yeah.
me off, like, who has
Throw you off the
this?
scent. A little bit of what you think is happening in this conversation. Greylick says that is very troubling.
Much like I assessed upon the discovery of that. What we are dealing with, though, is all right, Chris. I found biogenic Ethereum, but I know there's like it. What do we call it? Necroplasm was the other name that we discovered it was.
The creature, that was the creature's name,
Hogak.
is Hogak the Necroplasm.
Gotcha.
And he used necrosynthesis.
Okay.
Thank you, Oscar.
Mm-hmm.
So, this biogenic Ethereum, which is like this, I use minor illusion to make like what the ooze looks like. This is the source of your outbreak. It searches for biomass and multiplies and increases in speed. We found notes on Hogak, the necroplasm. It seems, at least in part, some of this ooze, this biogenic Ethereum, was used in a failed ritual to summon him to this plane, which we likely thwarted. But it looks like there's another attempt, at least in mass implementation of this. I would recommend notifying all able bodies that cold elemental attacks tend to be highly effective against these creatures.
And kills them for good.
And does kill them for good. It stops them from spreading, because after they are destroyed, the ooze escapes and looks for a new host.
Yes. Very good.
Which one's this?
This is Nuad, the gunsmith.
Okay.
Frost bullets it is.
Can you make frost arrows?
No.
Sir, if I may, will those frost bullets be available to members of the general public, perchance?
Specifically him.
Absolutely no.
What about
military
protectors
grade
of the realm?
a militia force?
We can talk about it later. I'm just maybe put that bug in your ear there. You want to think about that? I kind of just like hold my rifle up a little bit. That would be mighty helpful. Love to swap notes. Big fan. Sorry to interrupt.
A firearm of the ancient world. Very nice.
What?
Yes, we will talk. Dax cuts him off. Enough. Okay. Plenty of time to talk about weaponry at a later date. I'm concerned about you're implying that these meteors were called here?
That is correct. We are Alatar shared that he got a vision that they attacked here, correct?
I don't know if he shared it out loud, but we're gonna say he did.
He would. He would totally say that here. So
It's a sign.
Did he though? Did he tell us it was his brother? Oh yeah, he shared that whole thing, didn't he?
yeah, I'm just trying to remember if he showed us or if he mentioned, I know this place is under it. He had to have, right? Because he's the one who gathered all of us together.
Yes, he
Yeah,
told us.
but I don't remember if he actually like did the whole vision thing of his brother and all that. He just said
Yeah, he told us. He told us the whole
He
thing.
told
he
us,
did.
okay.
Okay, perfect.
We
It's a
found
sign.
that the source of these attacks are an ancient order. Some more historical minds would know this name. The Soulless Coven is active once again. They are responsible
Do
for
people whisper?
they are responsible for this attack, and we have it on great authority that they are responsible for this attack. I suspect that the attack in Eman was a testing ground to view the weaknesses and the faults in a massive outbreak of their new weapon. And it seems that, unfortunately, Mythkal is the next target.
So we're in Mythkal.
Yeah, we are in Mythkal. Yes.
Oh, okay. You said it like it was a future thing.
I did. I have my intelligence today is 15, Michael. I have to be messing up occasionally.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? It's still like almost twice what mine is.
It's a CeeLo 15 too, so I view that on a percentage level of the max 20 to
All right. You hear Trilia Zyor say, pull up the bio readings within the city. One of the attendants at the table clicks some arcane runes on the table itself, and you see different readings come up. You see a large mass of like most of the readings you're getting are coming from within here, which would fit with what you saw, right? Of like everyone is being pushed towards the middle of the city. And then you see a large mass over here.
Cool. Chris, was that the direction when the oozes escaped our battle? Was that the direction that they were going, or were they just kind of scattering?
Mm-hmm. They went to the north.
Okay. I think my theory has more validity, my friends.
That is the crematorium?
Hmm. Yeah, I minor illusion, a smaller version of the basically orb of human flesh thing that attacked us in the countryside. And I say, this is imagine this, but about 1,000 times larger. And that was just a small village of biomass. And it was quite deadly. What we're looking at here is far, far worse. I also just recently learned that these oozes are more intelligent than I previously thought. They are now learning from past combat encounters and devising countermeasures to assure their victory. And it seems that with each progressing encounter, they get slightly smarter.
What does the protectors of the realm advise us to do?
Burn it down. Freeze it out.
The city?
The crematorium.
The larger pockets. We
Contain.
need to do a sweep of the infected zones and ensure that everything is destroyed. If even one remains, we would have failed.
Where do we send the army?
Where do we send the army?
I would suggest surrounding the city and not allowing anything to escape.
So we evacuate.
Could
I would not
evacuate.
recommend evacuating. Wouldn't that? I mean,
That's not surrounding it.
That would put more lives at risk unnecessarily and also feed this.
Concept of surround is
yeah, I'd
Maybe
say use the army to contain the city, so none of these things get out, and we go through and clean it out. What's left of the army, I guess. Clean it out.
You say this thing feeds off of biomass.
it does, but it also seems to be affecting your automatons as well. So maybe there's another link there. We did find evidence of mind flayer activity, so it could be biomass and psionics.
How can that be possible? The mechs, the Gearforged are they're not biological.
just go kill them. Come on.
I do not know that yet, but it seems first-hand accounts from your own forces have said so.
I mean, we saw them ourselves, right? We saw them take over mech parts. So we know that they're not just bio related.
We originally thought they were bio-related.
But now we know that they're not.
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure.
So now we go kill him?
Who are you pointing to and saying that?
You.
Me? Can I respond in my head? I'm going to try to respond in my head.
Yeah.
We have to be patient because if we just go out there and try and kill them, we will most surely die.
Today's a good day to that. What's the worst could happen? What's the worst that could happen?
We die and everybody else dies.
There you go. So let's go at it. Come on, let's go.
You have a very interesting way of looking at the world. And I ignore him the rest of this time.
Who is it?
I turn around and I see you're not following. I just slump to the floor. Come on.
But
talk
Are
you're
these
not gonna kill
are
it.
these other purple masses, Chris, like other pockets?
Holy
Yeah,
crap.
they're very small readings.
One purple one doesn't look small.
Are they
That's the
moving or are they
crematorium.
stagnant?
They are stagnant.
Oh,
I'm going to say this. I would be concerned with the formation of all of the other smaller purple clusters.
That's surround, by the way.
They are currently, yes, surrounding us.
That's what it looks like.
So if we do a large deployment, we would risk exposure for ourselves.
I go looking for food and drink and I'm gonna eat and drink while he's talking.
Trilia speaks up, says, "My concern is for my people. If we have the army disperse out of the middle of Mythcall, the civilians will be unprotected."
And if you don't surround the city and contain them to the city, the rest of the countryside will be contaminated.
What if we
Possibly the
do...
rest of your country.
How many elite forces would you all say you have? What if we do a strategic attack on every cluster simultaneously? And then also do a large contingent, not saying the entire army, at the larger mass there. If we do it simultaneously, they might not have time to adapt to our tactics, and we may be able to at least wipe out the majority of them, enough for us to detect and sweep the rest of the city and surrounding area.
Excuse me, sir.
Do you have any really strong wizards?
This is Maxon Braggle, the weathercrafter. You said that they do not respond well to cold.
That is correct, yes.
Might we craft a weather pattern not to their liking?
Is this a new thing that they can do since I've been here?
Yes.
Oh, I did not realize we had the ability to change the weather patterns on a whim. Putting them in difficult terrain or not ideal scenarios would certainly help. Smaller clusters may even die off without us having to do anything.
So you're saying you could make the city an ice storm?
There's a spell that does that. I've heard about it.
We have not had a blizzard in Mythcall for 500 years. But we could call one back.
How long would that take?
It would eat up a large amount of our energy stores, but
I don't know what that means.
on the blizzard could come in full force on the morrow.
Tomorrow?
That would give us a strategic advantage. We would have to act quickly, though, and be hesitant to give them too many opportunities to adapt.
What time are we looking at right now?
It's evening.
Evening.
It's dark.
Okay.
Here.
That's not that bad then.
Right, because you guys were at the feast to start off the festival. It was in the evening time, and then went immediately over here, which it's even no, it'd be a little bit earlier in the day.
Oh my gosh, you're doing time zones.
We gotta have world consistency, Dave.
So the world works. The sun rises in the east and sets in the west.
Or we're just a flat world. It's fine.
No.
Or, Chris, in your world, the sun could rise the other way.
No, we've already referenced the sun rising in the east. We can't go back now.
Okay. I mean, I didn't remember that. I don't know if anybody else did.
I remember.
Dox remembers everything. Anyways, it's nighttime.
Okay, so we've got 10 hours that we gotta hold them off, basically, until we can get our ice storm.
I'm
Have
gonna
they
go
made
ahead
any
and
advances into the city center? Are there any reports of that?
No.
How long ago did this happen? The initial meteor.
2, maybe 3 hours?
Hmm.
Does this puzzle you? Is this biogenic Ethereum, is this outside the realm of its natural behavior?
I don't think there's anything natural about this creature. But it is odd. In the village, it sought out all the biomass and then just stayed in a hut, content, almost like it wasn't going to move unless acted upon. Here, it it stopped.
What could that mean? Does it possess the intelligence to be planning something?
It could be. I have recently developed a theory that these could be acting in some sort of a hive mind,
An
which would explain
unproved theory.
unproved theory. It is just a theory, but it would explain their readiness or their ability to adapt uh, and change and increase in intelligence. It also may or may not explain the presence of a what was it? It wasn't a mind flayer embryo. What was it that we saw there?
Tadpole.
Tadpole.
It may explain the presence of a mind flayer tadpole at the village. While it could be unrelated, I doubt it. Uh, Maybe they use that as some early form of communication between all of them. I'm unsure.
Dax speaking again. If we call in the weather system, what percent uh, likelihood would you imagine these outer clusters here would be dealt with?
Um,
What kind of size are they?
yeah, like how big do they look, Chris? Does this
The
thing have a good?
controller zooms in to one of them,
Nice.
um,
That's cool.
and it's just like a pile of rubble of a building.
Hmm. I feel like it would have to be intense. The shell, like, think of the host as a protective coating, a shell, if you will. It would have to be enough to at least destroy that to guarantee a confirmed kill.
Perhaps we do both then. If you say that the cold will injure it or slow it down, um, perhaps we send small contingents to ensure that these clusters have been taken care of.
That would probably be the safest bet.
Judging by the number of mechs you had that we passed along, I believe you probably do have enough to split up and cover each of those clusters.
We have to make sure nothing escapes the scene, though. If any one thing escapes, it could be disastrous.
But if we're doing the cold damage, they shouldn't be splitting, though, right?
Should.
That's what we decided earlier.
It should. I just like to be extra cautious, Morbin.
Okay. At this point, the weathercrafter, Maxon, goes into a detailed explanation of what this blizzard may do. Now, extreme weather. So what the weathercrafter typically does is basically just keeps the climate here in Mythcall very temperate, very normal, and so most of their arcane abilities to control weather are basically just kind of shielding the city from minor uh, dips and ebbs and flows that low and high pressure systems bring. Not that big of a deal. Calling in extreme weather is somewhat volatile, in that not that it won't work, but trying to bring it in and then controlling it um, might be a problem as far as duration is concerned. That a blizzard will last in game mechanics terms. It will last 2d4 hours.
Okay.
It will limit. It will obviously limit hearing and vision. Right.
Hmm.
Will make flying impossible.
Sure.
Oh, whatever.
Visibility in the blizzard will be reduced to 30 feet. Creatures without goggles or other eye protection have disadvantage on perception checks. We have 2 people with goggles, right?
Yeah.
And so 2 people are set. They're good.
Any creature that is concentrating on a spell in a blizzard must they have to save. Make their regular DC 10 Constitution save.
Gotcha.
Obviously, because of the hearing and the vision difficulties, there's a chance that you veer off course, and can get lost in the snow. Besides that, it would bring in extreme cold. Um, uh, which is basically if you are out in the elements for too long, you have to make a DC 10 Constitution save every hour, or take 1 level of exhaustion.
Hmm.
So it doesn't actually do any cold damage.
No, it just does exhaustion.
If you wear warmer clothes, Chris, do you have to worry about it?
No. If you are able to wear warm clothes, then you have advantage on that Constitution save,
Okay.
such as thick coats, gloves, and the like.
Gloves. Ooh.
What about scales?
Is blunted all your cloth.
Yeah. I'll just bite everybody.
All your
then, I
damage
guess.
goes to bludgeoning damage now.
Does Norbin's thick coat of fur give him a thick coat?
Absolutely.
Yes.
There you go.
The problem, as was mentioned before, for the last 500 years, the temperature in Mythcall has been temperate, meaning every day is 68 degrees.
Hmm.
Ooh, that's cold.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, right. They could have bumped it up a couple degrees. Like,
Yes.
did they have to do a
70,
whole
72?
petition to?
68 is warm enough, people. Okay.
I
Whatever.
live in a cold place, so 68 is warm.
I'm picturing like
Pennsylvania. What are you talking about?
a whole government bureaucracy set up for what should the temperature of the city be?
We want to petition the government to raise our city's temperature by 2 degrees.
47
All right.
Kelvin.
And there's two parties: the cold party and the
In the
hot
warm party, and they're just like
at
odds.
And then one's always saying it's too hot, no matter what the temperature is. The other one's saying
No, it's too cold.
It's our two-party system.
The greatest cause of political discourse in myth call is the weather.
So, those are like the mechanics of calling down a blizzard and the things that you might have to think of. I say that like you guys might be able to figure things out. No one in Mythcall owns a coat.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
So basically, we would be like killing the villagers in the middle.
It's a sacrifice.
Well, can they
A
control it?
sacrifice I'm willing to make.
Like, could they just like reduce? Like, could they
Good
control the
donut.
center and then make the outer section cold?
Like that is a possibility with like in like just normal weather. Like I said, the calling in a extreme weather condition makes things very volatile.
What about not prevention, but dealing with the symptoms, like having a bunch of casters with a bunch of fire spells out where all the people are at, with like just having tons of bonfires going and just dealing with the cold and letting people warm up.
Lighting fires, that is a
Have
potential.
them go underground.
I don't think they have an underground.
They could. We didn't ask.
Like, not like an underground like
Cave
what you're
system.
thinking of. Yeah. Like people have basements, sure, but not.
I mean, there's got to
Nothing.
be. So in the middle of the city, it looks like nothing in here got destroyed, right? So people can go inside, so they can gather enough people inside, and then we can have like fires out, and everyone can like gather around fires, type of thing. It's only gonna last like a couple hours. It's not like it's a whole day
Jax.
event.
I don't know what you're all talking about, but why do we need a big ice storm? Why can't we just have people that know how to do magic cast ice on the creature itself and freeze it in space? Like, I don't know, there's a spell called Rhymes Ice Formation? I don't know what it's called. Or Ice Wall? Or Frost?
Because that would
And
require.
we just take, surely some of these are like low level spells. I've seen newbies cast it. Rhymes Binding Ice.
Rhymes Binding Ice. I don't even know if I.
It's a second level spell.
Yeah, but we're already at the point where like we can't really have a bunch of people casting that, or we had to gather that many people, and then the rest of the army's not doing anything.
I'm just making a suggestion. I think we're using a hammer to kill a fly. That's all.
This is more than a fly, my friend.
Mosquito. Whatever bug you want. The analogy is the same. We're doing more damage to this town than we need to. That's all I'm saying. I mean, you do you. I'm just thought I'd push that out there for you to make you think about it. I'm just gonna take my hammer and smack it around. If any of you can put a little ice on this, because that's what you keep talking about, that'd be fine too.
That's the whole
And
point, is we need the ice. So if we get an ice storm going, then anyone can go out and do what they need to do.
I'm not saying that an ice storm is not going to work. I'm just saying you're throwing more at it than maybe you need to. That's all. Just put ice on everyone's sword and then hack away at it. It's going to die.
How do you suggest we put ice on everyone's sword?
You get This is a huge town. Surely there's magic people around here, right?
I enjoy the fact that like you're having basically a one-on-one conversation because you can't talk to unless you can point all
No,
the
I'm
fingers.
pointing. Just me and Norbin. Again, whatever. I'm just suggesting things. That's all. I think
Wait.
it's just too much.
Wait, so can he only speak telepathically?
Yeah.
To one person at a time.
Apparently.
Apparently.
He exclaims for one person.
Do you use the same finger when you point, or can you point with both your
Finger
index
gun
fingers?
then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he always
You-
uses his left hand and points with his left hand.
Man, so like if you lose that left index finger, like you're basically mute.
He's got
Yeah, I would be mute if I didn't have my left index finger.
I love that.
I'd have to relearn how to talk.
No taken.
I would say sign language, but you're already down a digit, so it's kind of difficult.
Anyways, that's what he says. He's just suggesting that maybe we. So, that's all.
Okay. Well, I guess I will turn to Trela Zayor and say, so our friend here's got a suggestion. How many magic thing casters do you guys have available? Enough to cover all these clobs of beings out there?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
I mean, we're gonna need more than one or two.
Right, I was just counting how many there was. I wasn't
We
saying
only
that's all
have
we need.
2 wizards in the whole
I mean,
country,
more
and they're
than
right
one,
here.
one or two
This
per
is a huge town. We're in
group,
like
but
this tower. Whatever.
All the other ones can only cast first level spells.
General Dax, how many casters do we have in the army?
You really only need second level spells.
Dax says, well, most of our individuals with the ability to tap into the arcane were converted to Gearforged operators years ago.
Oh, dear Lord.
Of straight casting magic. And I would have to check my numbers with who has still survived and who is in the city. Perhaps we could muster 10.
Oh, dear God.
What about them Gearforged? Can you program them to shoot all kinds of icy beams or whatever? He was talking about ice bullets earlier. You got a whole army of them.
Yeah, there you go. Man, what's your name again? Lux?
quit filling my head with all these thoughts.
That's a really good idea there.
Yes, General. I do not have a count on the rounds of frost bullets we have in the armory, but that could be another potential solution to this problem.
I see. Yeah. Bullets. He's okay with that, but not my idea.
Who are you pointing at right now?
You.
Trilia says, well, protectors of the realm, you have vanquished this foe once before. I lean upon your judgment.
How long would it take to outfit the army with the bullets?
Nuad says it could be done within the hour.
Do both.
I'm
How long to
Faster than a
find?
blizzard.
Yeah, how long to find out how many you actually have?
Um, let me get on. He calls forward um a page here, whispers something to him within the hour.
Okay.
I'm still partial to the blizzard. I think it would be quite effective, in sending out strike forces with cold weaponry would be effective more
I
than just
mean,
sending them on their own.
I don't see why we can't do both.
Well, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, if we can have them outfitted in the hour, we
And
can
it's
send them out a while, and then come tomorrow, if we need the blizzard, we
It
can let
would
her
be.
rip.
I would be hesitant to send them out. The point of this is a simultaneous strike.
We'll send them all out at once. I don't think it's going to do anybody good to sit here for another 12 hours or so and let them build strength and potentially attack everybody that's sitting ducks in the middle of the city.
I think regardless, we must outfit the forces with cold weaponry.
yeah,
That
I
isn't.
think we should send out the army a little before the blizzard. That way, our army has the army with the cold bullets has a little bit of time to do damage, and then once the ooze adapts to that, then the blizzard hits them.
If the ooze adapts to that.
It probably will.
Well, I mean, we've been
Now,
fighting it with cold since the beginning, and it still seems pretty effective.
I'm not saying it will suddenly adapt away its weakness, but its tactics may change. It may choose to flee instead of engage. And if it's outside the realm of the blizzard, it will continue to spread elsewhere.
Break speaks up, male halfling. Do you think it's trying to set a trap for us?
That is a possibility. Stretch us too thin, wipe us all out.
I kind of sit down and lean back and say, well, let's just talk about it for another 12 hours. I think that'll work.
Well, I mean, we're
No,
waiting for the bullet numbers.
I agree with you, Lux. Action is better than nothing. Choosing to do nothing is signing our own death warrant.
And um, and why do we see the big mass at the crematorium?
I would guess, again, all theoretical, uh, that is its epicenter of knowledge, if you will, its communication hub. It is where you will find the most resistance. Uh, you could argue, maybe, I wouldn't bet on it, maybe taking that one out will cause the rest of them to be so dysfunctional that they cannot fight back nearly as effectively.
So
I
we
can't be certain of that.
so we outfit everyone with the ice bullets, and everyone that got outfitted, we send to that crematorium. Just
I
nuke it.
suggest, I hate suggesting this. I suggest we go to the crematorium with some forces as well.
Yeah, I mean, we would obviously accompany the ice bullet brigade.
I'm hesitant, though, with all of these other ones, to just leave them alone. They could potentially form a new mass, and we have to repeat the whole cycle all over again.
Then we keep our map cartographer guy here watching. Is this updated in real time, Mr.
It appears so.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, we keep someone here watching. And
Well, I thought the idea was that we were going to split them up. Like, we wouldn't send the whole army at that mass, right?
No, we're not suggesting sending the whole army at that mass either.
Okay.
This would be like a strike force almost.
Yeah.
Um,
but I mean, you
as a
just said what if they amassed another place while we're taking out the crematorium? Then that's why we have someone watching at the map and letting us know, like, oh, well, now they're over on A Street. They are now amassing.
A Street, yes.
that would be. I mean, communication is not our problem. It's
I say,
where we send our forces.
I say, we use the blizzard. We send strike teams to each of them with a larger strike team going to the crematorium. Do a simultaneous strike on all of them and eliminate the threat all at once. Evacuate civilians to buildings to keep them isolated and hopefully out of harm's way. And if we're lucky, we'll eliminate them all in one fell swoop.
Sounds good.
And have our 10 wizard people ready to go.
As a backup plan, right? They're gonna
To go
go.
with the strike teams.
Yeah. I would suggest keeping them. I point to all of the little ones on monitoring the entire time. Also, posting sentries around our perimeter would be good. Because maybe smaller sections could detach and attack us from the inside when we're not expecting it.
Well, if communication isn't the issue, why wouldn't they just have someone stay here watching and like when they see like a mass
No,
come to attack?
I'm saying while we're waiting for the blizzard to come in, like we
Okay.
don't just not watch it.
Well, yeah.
So we're not going to do anything until the blizzard comes?
We outfit our forces. We position
Start
ourselves.
attacking.
We could go out, position ourselves right before the blizzard hits, and attack them the second the blizzard sets upon them. Catches them off guard.
I'm going to be honest, I think that's waiting too long. I think if we can outfit with ice bullets now, we got to do something. Or
And
we're just letting them
use
grow.
the blizzard as a last defense.
For the blizzard, is it something that they need to start like working on now and then it will eventually accumulate then?
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. Get him started on the blizzard. We'll go out there, start doing what we can, and then either we're done by the time the blizzard hits,
Sure.
or we're not, and the blizzard hits, and it makes it all the more easier. But I don't think we should just sit here for 12 hours doing nothing.
Is the blizzard something that can be stopped? Like, say we're an hour until when it's supposed to start, and we decide like, oh well, we're fine now. We don't actually need the blizzard. Can you just stop casting?
Like the weathercrafter said, it's volatile, so they could try, but there's no saying like if it's at say like 95% to back that off. Now it's like they're creating a weather system, right?
Got it.
So it's not like just kicking the plug out of the wall.
So as the time goes on, it's going to be slowly getting colder and colder, basically.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. That makes more sense.
Yeah, it's not like a summoning. It's they're crafting the weather.
Okay.
And so they're going to be bringing in cold weather and moisture, and
Yeah.
so they could try to back it off, but that's not a guarantee that it will get backed off, and it's also not a guarantee that like, oh, we'll just the plan is we're just gonna have the blizzard go for an hour and kill all these things and we'll back it off. It's like it might not be able to be backed off. Like I said, it's 2d4 hours long, so it's not going to be an hour.
Okay. Yeah. No, I'm cool with that then. Getting the blizzard going and then getting everything outfitted and maybe give it a couple hours, make sure that we have all of the army in place and do like coordinated strike at the same time everywhere, but like do
Yeah.
that within a few hours.
Potentially will
Okay.
give us a little bit of time to rest up as well.
Well, that's my other question: is do you guys need a long rest?
I
I
don't
don't.
think we have time for a
You
long
don't need
rest.
to sleep for a long rest. You just don't need. You just can't do like hard labor. So like walking around, positioning yourselves should be fine.
No, I believe there's a distance. I think it's like if you walk more than a mile.
Oh, is it? What if we get driven in a cart for?
Or
You
a
guys just
couple
sleep.
giant horses.
Yeah,
How is everyone as
Um,
far as like spell slots
I
and
know Scott's probably getting
taps?
pretty low,
Yeah,
and I am out of seconds. I've used a third.
I don't know what that means. How many do you have left?
I have two third levels and all my first level slots.
So, but you have no
I can
seconds.
use. I
so I
can.
mean, let's just say, for the sake of decision making here, well, I'm just gonna fast forward this a little bit. Hour happens. This is the information that you have. 10 mages were located. Um, but right, like uh, they're not like, oh, we're all ready for and our ice spells, right?
They got to prepare them.
Yeah, they would have to prepare them, which would,
Take a
uh,
long rest.
yeah, which would take time, anyways. There are 400 gear forged within the city. A full rack of bullets for them is 100 per gear forged. And there are 2,000 rounds of frost bullets.
So there's 2,000 rounds. How many did you say?
It's 200. So
Is,
basically, we can have half of them as ice,
Yeah, fully geared.
which I think is pretty good, pretty dang good.
Yeah, 100
well, do
rounds
we want to
each.
send all of them? Like, I guess we should talk about like how big should each of these strike forces be?
I mean, split it up pretty evenly.
Because
That's what I
you
was
don't.
thinking. And you can still send the ones that don't have ice bullets. I mean, they can still do damage.
Yeah, yeah. I'd say a 50-50 mix of ice and not ice, but an
Yeah.
And
even split.
to position the army, get them outfitted, get them into strike groups, it's going to take some time as well. And so just be thinking you're going to get a long rest
Wait,
Okay.
before this thing happens. Okay.
wait. Sorry, run that by again. We have 2,000 ice bullets total
Yes.
and 400 warforged.
Yep.
Or
400 of the mix.
so like each one would have 5 ice bullets.
50.
What did you say a full round
100.
was, Chris?
100.
Fully
100.
100.
So there's
fully packed out. They can each carry 100 bullets.
Okay, so
There's-
there's 20 that you can fully.
Oh, was I off by a 0?
You were.
Dang it.
there's 13 purple areas on the map. So with the 400 warforged, if we wanted to send an even group to each one, that would be 30 warforged per purple dot.
So is the 400 their entire army?
Yes.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
probably don't want to
Within
send
the
an entire
city,
army.
right? Like, I mean, their national army is like spread out throughout the entire nation. One of the things that was destroyed in the wreckage was their warp gate,
Naturally.
which CeeLo, you know that was a piece of technology that was invented in your time. That's why all of they don't call their towns, they call them gates, right? So they're basically able to, between the large cities within Mithra, they're all connected through these warp gates. So typically, that's one of their great defense mechanisms as a nation. That's like, you can't just attack one city, because then all the cities will respond, and warp in their forces,
Except for right now.
except for right now.
How convenient.
Yeah.
So Didn't they say these little purple things are basically like
The
it's a
rubble.
building, so it's not big at all?
It's probably of the equivalent of what we fought on
That's
the
what I was
way
thinking.
in.
So if we s- sent 200 out to those little dots, that's still 15 per group, 15 Warforged, and then we could leave 150 to defend the people, and then take 50 with us to the big dot.
So
Saying, like there's more than enough, I think.
Yeah.
doing the math on this, right? Since we can outfit fully 20,
Basically,
right?
it's 1 per dot.
Yeah. A little bit more is like 1.5, so
We're
a
going to
little
want
bit.
to
But-
take a few with us.
Yeah, but like we defeated that thing with 5 of us without ice. So if we have
What do you mean without
15
ice?
well, I'm saying like without these ice bullets, if we have 15 going after one of those things that we fought, that should be like no problem at all. Like even if they had no ice, that shouldn't be a problem for them.
But
Would I know?
but we need to have them ice because we don't want the things to like escape.
Well, right, that's what I'm just saying, like the odds are in our favor, it seems like. And we could still have a bunch of people defend the city, and we could still have a pretty decent cohort go with us.
Chris, would I know the like rough strength of just one of these mechs?
No. These were this style of mech is newer.
Okay.
What kind of damage can these things output? What kind of DPS numbers are we talking?
Are they equivalent? Is one equivalent to one of us, or is it more than one of us?
Okay. So Break, the Gear Forged engineer, breaks down their weaponry. They basically have 2 ambassadors strapped to each of their arms.
Oh,
And that's
Oh.
what that's what Lux shoots.
That's
your
his
rifle.
big gun, right?
And
Yeah.
so 30 Lux guns per group, I think is plenty.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
okay.
they might be okay.
So maybe like what groups of like 10 for
That's what I was
each,
thinking.
130 total go out for each of the smaller groups, and then we take what, a detachment of 20?
20, 25, and then all the rest can just defend the city.
I think we need
Yeah.
more than 20 for that giant mass.
I mean,
The,
yeah,
the
we
big
could probably.
purple dot.
Can they zoom in on the big purple dot? What do we see?
Well, if we have 10 going for each of the small dots, that's 120, and then if we have 100 going to the big dot, we still have 180.
Yeah, I
So
like
we
that.
could have
I like those
90
numbers
watch the
better.
outside of the city, and then 90 watch the inside of the city.
And we could have the groups, as they eliminate the smaller dots, just make their way up to the big dot
True.
and just reinforce.
Or reinforce the city, the
Who wanted
defenses.
a zoom in of the crematorium?
Me, I wanted to zoom in on that.
It is fully standing. You don't see anything.
Oh, so this is like a bird's eye view thing we got here.
Yes.
Got it.
Cool.
In one day.
That's even a little bit more concerning, to be honest with you.
We could ask them, how important is your crematorium? Because we could just level it.
That's what I said first.
Yeah.
Burn it down.
I mean, if
freeze
we
it
have
out.
like 200 of these mechs there, that's 400
Yeah.
rifles essentially, just like.
Send down a meteor, and I'll
Lux.
infuse strike it.
Lux, you hear a voice in your head.
Uh-oh.
We need to know what's under the crematorium.
They're listening.
Yeah. What if these people that we're talking to could be part of this group? I would have no idea. I'd say back, yeah, that's kind of the plan. We will probably be heading there shortly.
That's the voice of the DM saying, "You guys should go to the bottom of the crematorium."
And don't level it.
The syndicate. I'm not with the syndicate.
What if
You are the syndicate, Chris.
I'm gonna pitch a new battle plan. What if we go and repair the wrecked flying fortress and bring it here?
You know what? And just strap all the mech guns to that.
Yes. and just
Just
blow it
weld
up.
next to the hole, all around
Like
it.
you know those videos of the black and white, the thermal on the bottom of the planes when you see them like shooting.
Yeah.
It's like that. You just fly by and just like. Ding, 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 ding.
Perfect.
Razor fang.
All right.
We
So
should probably send the wizards to the small groups. So we got 10 of them.
Just
Might as well.
additional reinforcements.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's 12 of those smaller dots. So 2 of them won't have wizards, but
Yeah. I'd say the 2
Okay.
near the big clump.
yeah.
Okay. So here's the official battle plan. Mages. Small dots.
Minus these 2, right?
Correct. Minus the 2 next to the big clump.
Yeah.
Okay. Frost mechs.
1 per each, right?
Group. Yeah.
So that's 12. So there's 8 left over. So 8 will be coming with us. Does that sound reasonable?
Should we maybe leave like 3 at the city? Yeah, you know what? They're gonna have a lot. They probably don't need it. Yeah. Let's take 8.
Does the city defense have any ice cold damage though? If we
Yeah,
take all of
besides
them?
just the bullets.
No, if we take
Oh.
all the mechs with all the cold bullets, the villagers,
That's
whatever, don't have any
Yeah,
ice
that's what I'm
defense.
asking. Do they have anything besides the bullets to defend themselves with?
Probably not.
Yeah.
I mean, they have the regular mechs.
Which I mean would work, but not prevent the spread. So maybe we leave
2.
I was gonna say 5 and bring 3 with us, because I was gonna pitch, what if we bring 80 of these mechs with us, because then that evenly splits the forces.
Yeah. They have 200 surrounding the city.
Now, however, so you said that the structure's wholly intact, right, Chris?
The crematorium?
Yeah.
Yeah. No
So
movement, nothing.
if, like, logistically speaking, right, them fitting, like, say we do have to go underground for this, they might not be able to fit.
How are we seeing this big clump if we can't see in the crematorium? Is it like a
They're checking biomass.
Like thermal kind of.
Yeah.
So
yuck.
if this is underground, the 80 we bring with us might be just for nothing.
I asked
Nuke it.
Trolley Lolly, what's her name?
Trolley
I-
lolly.
I think it's Trolley Lolly, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think I was right the first time.
Trolley lolly Zior.
Do you happen to have a map, maybe, or like architectural plans or something of that crematorium there? Or at least be able to tell us what we might be getting into if we got to go inside there?
I'm sure we could get some blueprints. She looks around the table and everyone's kind of like,
All right,
Somebody-
well, that's not. I'm going to be honest with y'all. That's not promising. Can you at least tell me what? Does it go underground? Is there all kinds of caverns? Is it just a big room?
Can a
Like,
mech fit down there?
I know there's a bathroom to the right.
a mech won't be able to fit down in the catacombs beneath the crematorium. CeeLo, you know, I mean, the burial rites for Mithrans is that they're burned.
Mhm.
That's the traditional way in which they're put to rest, mainly because you know, like halflings and gnomes, they're kind of prolific breeders. And so for sake of like not having this just huge mass of land for graves, it's much easier to place, you know, an urn in a catacombs.
so we might be looking at going in there and drawing them out if we can't take this army in with us.
Yes, that's probably a better idea.
I'm just thinking this is metagaming, but how cool would it be if we all come like sprinting out and there's just a wall of mechs that just start unloading on this swarm of like that would
That'd be
be
pretty
awesome.
cool.
I mean,
That'd
That'd
be
be
that's
pretty
so
cool.
Pretty sure I
sounds
saw
awesome, but
that scene in Matrix Revolutions.
yes,
Yes.
that's my end goal.
I feel like that would be awesome. I don't feel like Chris will let that happen though.
I feel like whatever it is, like metagaming wise, whatever's down there, we're gonna have to fight it. Like
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What? Guys.
I think all these mechs we're bringing is gonna basically be pointless.
they're gonna
But
stand there and they're gonna be like, "Yep, these
You
guys
don't
have
know
no
me.
idea what they're doing."
You
Yep.
don't know me. All right. So 1 frozen mech per little dot. 5 stay home. 3 come with your guys' group.
Yeah.
Sure.
Is there anybody? Let's just throw this out there, just for thought, right? If we do have to explore the catacombs, is there any able-bodied individuals that may be able to come and assist us?
yeah, I think we need to bring Jaggle.
Jaggle.
Of
He needs
course.
a boost of self confidence.
That's
Yeah.
right. He could be a hero. He could be a protector of the realm like us.
Or he could die a horrible death. Either
I-
way.
I mean,
Norbin,
both are
Well,
equally possible.
Yeah, probably better than what he's doing right now.
Norvin
How many
requests a
regular
presence.
mechs to each dot?
10.
10.
9?
Well,
Wait,
yeah, it'd be
9.
nine. It'd be
9
nine.
regular and then 1 frozen.
For
9
10
to each
total.
dot. How many are you guys taking with you?
What
I
do we
think
say,
are we
80?
still debating that, or are we just gonna take the 80 and just
What is
say,
he?
the
Wouldn't
80.
it 73 or 77?
"Oh
If
yeah,
you
you're
have the
right."
3 frozen.
Well, no, we can take just 3 non-frozen ones with us and still break even, right?
Sure. Whatever the number is to make it break even.
And then Blizzard.
It started.
Yeah. Okay.
The question of I that was a serious question of, is there anybody who can come down and help us
Yeah.
go through the category?
Norbin is requesting Jaggle's assistance.
Okay.
He's back with the horse and says, "You got me."
Ah, hey, look, he volunteered.
All right, we got ourselves
Is
a
is this
Jaggle.
has this turned to an escort mission? Is the goal now to just keep him alive?
Keep Jaggle alive.
Yeah, we need to like level him. We need to power level him, guys. We just
Yeah,
need to
we
power
gotta
level him.
like power level wise. Does Jaggle contend with us, or is he like a commoner dressed as a warrior?
I mean, he's in the army. He should have levels
You
and
have
something.
No idea, but you invited him to come with. I mean, his last name's Shatterbrand, so like he's got to be good.
That's true. With a name like that, he's got to know something.
Dax would like to come along.
Which one's Dax? Is she the Order of 9 person?
She's the general. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll take her. We will absolutely take her.
But that's it.
So we got Jaggle and Dax.
The people in this room they're not politicians.
Even Nuad Quiyom doesn't want to come.
Nuad definitely does not want to step outside these walls.
Hey, I want to talk. If at some point, if it makes sense, I want to talk to him.
Okay.
If we have like some downtime where this is all getting ready.
I'm surprised the other member of the Order of 9 isn't just jumping in on this. What's he doing for this? I forgot his name already.
Graylix.
Graylix,
Yeah.
Drywa.
Graylix does not want to come.
He's a chronomancer. He should be doing crazy chrono
Yeah,
stuff.
he's me. He's me, man.
CeeLo, as you say that,
I don't say that out loud, okay? That was Evan.
As you think that,
Yeah.
as they go around the room and being like, you're a chronomancer. Like, I'm a chronomancer. Why aren't you coming? In your head, right? You're thinking that. you notice maybe for the first time there there's a striking resemblance
Uh-oh.
between you and Gralix Drywa.
Offspring.
It could very well be possible.
1,500 years of offspring and you
Um,
kept the same genetics.
I go up to him. I'm just slightly curious. There's not too many chronomancers around. Where did you study?
Right? Why are you gonna ask me this question?
Because I know you readily have the answer available, Chris.
It's not readily, but give me a second. Uh, I got it. I got it. I got it. Where are you? Here we go. Um, uh,
Cool.
all right.
Ah, I know that guy.
There it is. The Metrica College of Dynamics.
Does that name ring a bell at all?
It does. Um,
You founded it.
I
you
could have.
didn't you didn't found it.
I don't think I put that in my backstory, Dave. So
No. But the Battle of Matrica is one that would be just as famous as CeeLo uh Green. What are you? Greenwood?
yeah.
Because that is where you garnered most of your fame from.
Mm. Ah, I know that college. Is it still as prestigious as the battle of its namesake?
Uh, he says, absolutely, go Mex.
Yes, yes. Uh, I must ask. I'm at least somewhat familiar with the history of at least the Chronomancers. We are such a small bunch. The former original seat on the Order of Chronomancy disappeared some time ago. What uh what happened following that?
Um, uh, much. That was 1,500 years ago. So,
Well, well, yes. I just mean big bullet points.
uh,
Not every detail. We'll be here for 1,500 years.
well, I believe um, that was my great, 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 great grandfather. And his son took up the mantle after he left. Um, I believe at that point, the uh, my distant relatives' great house started to fall into great period of darkness
Hmm.
that lasted several hundred years before we were allowed back into the universities and allowed to practice magic once again.
Hmm. That is concerning.
My father and his father before him made great strides in helping to regain the people's trust.
Hmm. Interesting. Very interesting. Um, why can I not find my backstory? I was gonna say just mumble under my breath the name of my son, who I know probably took over, but I can't find the name.
I got you. Alvin.
Alvin. I'm just gonna
Let me
mutter
check
under my
in.
breath. So Alvin did take up the role after I left. Hmm. Interesting.
Well, hold on. You had two twin boys, Warren
Yeah.
and Alvin. So,
It's, I mean, I'm gonna guess it was Warren based on because he was the one that was more stern, correct?
yes, he is the one that was more like taking after your steps as a battle mage.
Yeah. So Warren did take up the mantle after I left. Interesting. I'm sure he did good. Well, thank you for the history lesson. Uh, I'm sure you do great for your forefathers.
Yeah. Let's focus on the battle at hand.
Yes, right, right. I'm sure calamities like this don't happen very often nowadays.
Now, the General Dax stands up and says, "If this is our plan, we will get orders to each regiment, get them fully outfitted, and be ready to roll as soon as we can be. I would suggest we all get some rest. I will make sure the mechs on our perimeter stay alert, and someone has their eyes on this map at all times."
Are there any resources you might be able to lend us for the upcoming battle, perchance?
Yes, yes. The armory and our smiths will be at your full disposal.
Cool.
Perfect. I'll take one of those, and I'll point at General Dax's outfit.
The armor?
Yeah, it looks awesome.
All right. We're gonna end right there. Because this is we're gonna come back into a quote town shopping type time before we exit out into the battle.
Okay.
So be thinking about the ones that specifically I have for this area and this for this next session would be Lux talking to the gunsmith, obviously, because he's placed here for a purpose.
Cool, cool, cool.
And CeeLo, I mean, what kind of spell scrolls are you looking for
Okay.
here? For you other people, uh, whether it is an item that you're looking for or information, be thinking about that. We're gonna have, I think, at least a week break, if not possibly 2 weeks break before we play again. Uh, Oscar, you had mentioned something about trying to get the off group on a more
Yeah,
consistent schedule.
I screwed up. I'm sorry. We should have just played last week. I got it in my head and I was like, no, I want everybody to be there. And then the next day I was like, the whole point of the off group is to play when not everybody can be there. So we don't need to do that. I'll just stop, like, no matter how many people are there, we'll just play.
Okay.
So basically, as long as you're available, we're going to be playing something.
Right.
No
Yeah.
matter who's going to be missing. Okay, so we could be playing
Yeah.
your game with like missing 3 people.
Yeah, I guess.
you.
I mean, because that was the whole idea of it. I was
Okay.
like, no, I want everybody to be there, but then I'm like, no, that's not the point of this.
Narrow your scope in, right?
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm cool with that. But you are not available next week.
No, I am not.
It's okay.
So
I'm not.
still
I'm not
taking next
either.
week off.
Yeah, because I think next week we're going to be down Oscar and Michael, and so that's takes us out of the -1 rule.
You would also be down me too.
Yeah.
Oh, we're -3.
And then I definitely can't do the 14th.
That's so far in the future.
In advance.
I don't know if I'll be able to do the 7th or not. I'll know closer to that.
30th, we're good to play.
The 30th.
30th.
Oh, the 30th.
I think right now we are missing Michael on the 30th for sure.
I'm gonna throw out. I for sure cannot do the 21st.
Holy moly, are you gonna hold another month?
Yeah, of July.
Yeah, okay. Nope, I have no idea. But
I try to schedule things in advance, Dave.
I don't schedule stuff. That's the problem. I'm told what I'm doing.
That's fair. I get that to an extent too.
But I'm pretty much to the point where
Wesley, that is no way in no way a kobold. Okay, that is not a kobold.
It looks like a wolf.
Oh, come on. It's just the ears that's off.
Yeah, I can see the scales.
Is that another AI generated thing?
Yeah.
I prefer my style of images, Wesley.
I like yours.
Yeah.
Yours is pretty good.
Get better.
Taking
Okay.
6 images and just pasting them on top of each other.
Listen, it's a good bit. It's a very good bit.
Old fashioned, just paint.
Okay, so we're planning on taking off next week, and then the week after is Oscar's
Probably.
campaign, worst case.
Yep. Probably off week, right?
Okay.
Because Chris, is this another the next session we should all be there for?
No,
Okay.
no. I'm not doing that anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's gonna be big breaks of time. We're trying to get through this, right?
Okay.
Yep.
Just asking the question.
So as much as I want everyone at every session, but that's not reality when we have 7 people and everyone's schedules that basically, I don't know, that might be selfish. I don't know, but I feel like if I'm available to play, I'm going to play. So
That's fair.
For this town session that's coming up, what we're wanting to buy, like the items, is it something that we can customize? A homebrew?
potentially.
What price point are we looking? Do we have to pay, or is this just like you can just take?
It is going to be percentile again, but it's not going to be. It won't cost you anything.
Okay.
I'll just plan on not having anything then.
I mean,
Is that what happened to you last time, Oscar?
Yeah.
You can talk to your bullet buddy.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
hoping he's like intrigued and gives me a
Maybe
little bit
Chris will
of
throw you a
food.
bone and give you a guaranteed one.
Yeah, it's all right.
Maybe we all get a guaranteed item.
I mean,
Chris.
some of the things I'm asking for are kind of beefy, so
But
Oh, well.
they have bunches of weapons like yours. Maybe he's got like a scope. Or
I
a
have a
silencer. Silencer, that's what
Because
That's what I'm-
Lux, you've
that's-
been
yeah, that's
asking.
what
I
I'm-
mean, you kind of gone back and forth on a few things, right? Like a silencer,
I made a list. A silencer,
retractable stock.
or I was the collapsible stock, the permanent like silence enchantment, or like a physical silencer,
Mhm.
an ice enchantment, or like a bigger magazine are kind of the 4.
Ooh, ice
What ab-
enchantment. Can I get ice claws?
Ice enchantment would be cool. What about like a clip, right? Like if you just had a clip of bullets, like would that change you from taking an action to reload?
If I get
Just like
one more,
a huge banana clip. Just
Yeah.
50 round.
If I get one more level, I thought it was 3 levels in Artificer, but it's only 2. If I get one more level in Artificer, I never have to reload again. So
Yeah,
Okay.
that's not as big of a
Okay,
priority.
all right,
for
fair
me.
enough.
But I think the collapsible stock would be nice because then I can be within. I'm thinking 30 feet is kind of what I was thinking, but I'll take 10. I mean, whatever.
Good night, all.
Could be something
Good
that you
night.
could like.
Hey, Michael.
Yep. See ya.
Yeah.
Could be something that you could like tinker with, and so it starts out at 30, and then the more you upgrade it, get down to
Yeah.
10, 5. No.
Next thing you know, I just press it against them and
Oh man. Automatic hit.
yeah, that would be nice. That's one thing that I don't understand for guns in particular. That you're at disadvantage when you're close. Like if you're pressing a gun against somebody, that
It's
should be a
just the
hit.
way it works with ranged weapons in D&D, you know?
Yeah.
It could be like if you put it up against their chest, maybe they got some martial arts and just pushed your hand out of the way
They
before
just
you shot it.
matrix and the bullet
Yeah.
goes and
I think it's because I think it's more dealing with like bows, and it's a lot harder
Yeah.
to get a bow set up and shooting at
yeah,
somebody in
that's
melee range.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Crossbows
The
not so
the
much. I could see a crossbow being easy in melee, but I
yeah,
don't
but
know.
then everybody would just primarily use crossbows.
Yeah, but then the downside with the crossbows, you have to reload.
Oh, that's
Is
true.
there a feat that you can take that makes you not have disadvantage?
In melee? I have no
Yeah.
idea. I haven't
I
looked in
seem
range
to
in a long time.
remember yes, but I can't be certain on that.
Chris,
There's a. Go
sorry.
ahead.
Well, I was just wondering about items we're gonna be looking for. Is it gonna have to be like we can pick one, or can I have like multiple items and
Can I have a grocery list of 10 items?
I would base it off of commonality. Is that what it's rarity?
rarity?
So
Yeah.
what rarity are we looking at then, Chris?
A common magic item is 100%. Like you find a common item, you can have it.
Okay, noted.
That does not mean like, oh, I have like 80 common items, and I'm gonna get them all.
One of them is a bag of holding, and I'm scooping the rest in.
And then, so I'll adjust off of there.
Well, that doesn't really help with adjustment. I mean,
So it would go
rare's 75.
I'm trying to think of like
uncommon would go to
90, 95.
no, I don't have it listed that way. I have it low. So common is 50-50, uncommon is 65, rare is 75. Uncommon is 65, rare is 75, very rare is 85, and legendary is 95.
Yikes. Okay.
What is a collapsible stock and a silencer considered?
I don't know. I haven't considered that yet. That's why I wanted to.
well, there's like item. I know like there's a bunch of discussion on like character level versus magic item rarity with what